swearing at the DM sort of thing down there, really.
Hello, everyone.
We can't take everything from Critical Role.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to some live streaming Dungeons and Dragons on Roll20.
Press to talk. I don't think he is.
That's right, I didn't press to talk, but people would have still heard that actually. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons live stream on Roll20. The Jonin Monkey is DMing this game of The Curse of Strahd. We have Kendrin, played by Nico. We have Crowley, played by Joshua. We have Seth, played by Odin. Ward Backbreaker, played by myself, MVL Gaming. And Maldraff, played by Panthera Leo.
We used to have Jean, who was played by Sven the Crusader, but Sven's had to step out, so I'll be controlling him instead.
And there you go.
Okay, so, if we're now already, time to give you a recap. You guys are all a bunch of adventurers, mercenaries, monster hunters, and you're all hired for one thing: to take care of some werewolves that had been harming an innocent town. Unfortunately, you were all given the mission, a separate mission, to chase after the werewolves and track down their home den when they were on the retreat. But you became enveloped by a strange fog and found yourself in a strange unknown land. Whenever you try to retrace your steps, the fog would sap your energy. And the only person you met was Ivan Lostborn, a man who claimed to be a merchant, but as Maldraff managed to figure out in the middle of a bat attack, it was in fact that someone far more sinister, the ruler of this land, Strahd von Zarovich, the king of Barovia. You then walk, desperate to try and find any kind of civilization. You came across the village of Barovia, and you also, I also forgot to mention, you also found a body of a dead messenger on the road, and Crowley decided to carry him back into town, and is currently walking through town carrying said body, but you then found the tavern, The Blood on the Vine, and a man named Ismark greeted you warmly, thinking that you were adventurers answering his call. Although you quickly quashed that idea, especially when, again, the body of the dead messenger was visible on your back. He then offered you drinks and prepared to tell you everything he knew about the land of Barovia. And that is where and so we continued the game with him pouring you drinks and having to order another pitcher of wine because, as it turns out, between Ward and John, who in particular is also swinging down drinks in a way that you did not expect of a man like him, he's realizing he's going to need a lot more wine than he thought.
I'm going to head over to the nearest table and sort of shrug this body off.
Are you just dropping it on the floor or putting it on
one of the benches?
I was half expecting you just like throw it onto the bar and be like, there you go.
Kind of like a gruesome dolls game. You sit him up next to you on the table, and he kind of just sort of slumps gently over.
May I make a perception check to see if we are getting unwanted attention?
Okay, fair enough.
Didn't we all do perception last game?
I think you all made plans to make perception.
Oh.
I like it. Plans to do things. Plans to plan.
Mm-hmm. No one seems to be out of the ordinary. It's just people in an inn. Speaking of which, where's the drink?
I probably don't see anything.
Maldav, you're deep in prayer at the moment, trying to get in touch with your god and figure out what the heck's going on, because you haven't been able to so far.
Hey,
Keldrin, everything seems scary to you. You're just paying attention to his mark.
Everything is blurred to his panic.
Crowley doesn't care about who's nearby as long as they're not coming at him. He's going to head to the guy who spoke to us last session.
Okay. the guy who spoke to you, Ismark, this fellow over here, goes, Alright, so, what is it you all want to know? How much do you know already?
Well, the lengths of what we know could be easily contained in a thimble without putting it on your finger. So far, we know that we're in a mysterious land. We're in this odd town. There's a dickhead running around called Blair.
And also that we can't leave.
Yes, that does sum up a lot of it. Strahd does indeed rule this land. And that fog encapsulates it all. But it does more than just keep people out. If you're hoping that sunshine will protect you, I'm afraid that's a faint hope. Oh, sure, we get daylight, but the fog makes sure that we don't get pure sunlight. Vampires can run around in the day like anyone's business. They only choose to sleep in the day out of habit. Or to rub it in. I wouldn't put that past Strahd.
Well, that comes to their advantage, but also ours. Does it not, Crowley?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it far easier for us to kill them. It's always nice. I do get a little bit bored of hunting down their lairs one by one.
And a bit, sensitive, shall we say, of the light.
A little.
Ismark gives you a curious look, but doesn't say anything else. He just continues. There are even some rumors that the fog even prevents the dead from moving to the afterlife, but I don't know how much stock I put in it.
Well, I mean, that guy over there seems pretty fucking dead to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
You mean he traps the souls here too?
That's what they say, but I don't know. Strahd like this.
Ward goes up to check the body is dead by shaking it thoroughly in front of everybody.
Ismark gives you another curious look.
I'm just going to quietly say to him, excuse my friend's lack of, well, yeah, just forgive my friend.
I suppose it's safe to check. I mean, I don't know whether or not the soul thing is Strahd spreading rumors, but I guess it would explain the zombies that have been around the land recently.
Ward unceremoniously drops the corpse onto the table and returns to his drink.
He gives you another look and goes, that man over there was named Dalvan. He was a messenger my father paid. In sheer desperation, we were hoping that maybe if we put a message in a bottle and threw it through the fog, that it might come through. And that we would get a group of adventurers who knew the risks, but were willing to brave it to save us.
What was this contract? What was his mission?
Well, the mission was twofold. On the long term, my father would love to have had heroes save us all from Strahd. After all...
Would have? Why? Why not still?
He passed away shortly after he wrote the message.
You say passed away.
I'm so sorry.
Did he have any assistance in passing?
That was the second part. In the short term, he wanted help for my sister. See, Strahd likes to mess with people, but he also likes objects of beauty, shall we say. And he's decided my sister, Irina, is one of those very objects. And so, we've been attacked mercilessly, night after night, for week after week. My father was a resilient man. He shut up in his house, continuously fought them off, but he was old, and his heart couldn't take the stress anymore. He died of a heart attack a few days ago.
Your place must be incredibly well warded to survive against vampire attacks for over a week.
Strahd, he can play the long game. If we'd said vampires, well, I might have been prepared for that with holy symbols. Plus, for some reason, he can't enter a building unless he's invited. No, he sends zombies, wolves, anything he can find. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as they're big, loud, scary, and there are plenty of them to make sure we don't leave at night.
So besides zombies and vampires, are any other undead fiends roaming about?
Zombies? Yeah. They're roaming all over the countryside. Strahd has the ability to raise the dead, and he uses that power regularly.
I'm just gonna freeze, turn to stare at the corpse, and just stare at it. Just
don't worry, it's definitely dead, I checked.
Ward knows a little thing about dead bodies as well.
Okay. Okay.
So this mission that you were going to give to some random travelers, what's the reward for such a thing?
I can offer you what little gold we have left, but honestly, my father was begging to the... but honestly, my father was just begging to those of charitable hearts. I told him it was a foolish idea, but he was ever the idealist.
I don't suppose you have an actual plan to kill this guy, then?
Strahd? No. That's why I said long term. In the short term, and like I said, I'd be willing to place whatever fortune I have at my disposal to this. But we were hoping my sister would be escorted to the next town over, Vallaki. It's a much larger town that's more fortified, and there's a church with holy grounds. How far? A day. Unfortunately, I'd say it's a day, maybe two, depending on how far you move. And it's a massive gamble. After all, that is basically taking Irina out into the open where Strahd can come at any time.
Oh, okay, I have to ask, because I've been half listening while nursing this pitiful mead that I've been given. Are you actually able to make it to the next town over?
I think that's where we come in.
Yes, but the mist, does that allow us to travel that far?
Oh yes, you can get to Vallaki perfectly fine. The mist have only hands in the sky. It surrounds this land like a dome. You can get as far as a village to the west named Kresk. After that, the mist cuts you again. Basically, anything within this valley and hillside, that is all you can easily move from there to town. The problem is, well, this is Strahd, the land of Barovia. There are multiple means you can summon. Werewolves, zombies, skeletons.
Yes,
he has them all.
Poultry things. Let's not go into such stupid, insignificant details. The price.
I'll have to see what I can gather up. I mean,
not to call your honor into question, but
Crowley, would you like me to take over negotiations? And I slowly start unsheathing my greatsword.
I don't feel any need for that, Ward. I feel this man's honourable, if a little bit too like his father. Charity is all well and good in this world, but unfortunately blood and money are the real turners and tides. We, at least me and Ward, I can't speak for the rest of us, but I've got a personal debt to pay with any dark creature that roams this land. But to do so, I will need provisions, items, and unfortunately some of that will need to be up front. I'm not a trusting man, you see.
Well,
And,
I mean, we do want to get out at some point again, so I figure we're on the same side, all of us, right?
Well, another reason is you could die tomorrow. You could all die tomorrow, especially you, who's going to pay us, so we would like to be paid up front.
Ismark kind of lets out a dry chuckle. I'll see what I can manage. I will readily confess that we are not rich men, as you could probably guess from this town, but I might be able to have a few thousand gold in reserve somewhere, and I might be able to I'll see if there's anything I can sell and give you tomorrow. But as for weapons and provisions, sadly, we don't have much.
Crowley's gonna slowly draw his still arcing blade of still like grey lightning. Oh no, we don't need weapons. No, that's not what we need. Horses, travel ration, stuff to keep us going on the road if we're to look after the sister of yours.
Ismar ponders. Rations we could definitely provide. You're welcome to help yourself to whatever's in the manor. As for horses, well, unfortunately, Strahd's kept them. Strahd's basically left us without anything. You might be able to get some from the Vistani, somewhat traveling, but a folk of travelers who set out about to the east of here by the Sea of Falls, but they're strange folk.
Sorry, was that the Sea of Falls?
Yeah, the Sea of Falls.
Oh, Seer as in...
oh, wait, hold on, sorry, Sea of Pools, my mistake, sorry. You might be able to get some horses from them, but they're strange folk. Independent, followed by their own rules.
Yeah, we know a little bit something about, don't we, Ward?
Strange is good.
I assume...
And, most importantly, I'm going to need a large amount of alcohol to cope with present company.
It's Miles. State no more. Alec, how much for a couple of barrels of wine for this fellow here? Alec, the barkeep, stops cleaning the glasses, which seems to be a habit he continuously does, even when they're already clean. Just sort of stares at you and goes,
Speak quickly, boy.
20 silvers. 20 silvers it is. Right, I'll see what I can rummage up. I should be able to cover that.
Ward digs deep into his pockets and uncovers a splattering of coins to the value of 3 gold pieces, several teeth that are most likely humanoid, and 1 very small ring which he quickly puts back.
I back to the other side of the table.
Ismark chuckles and says, thank you, but as you say, I am the one making a big ask of you. I'll take care of this.
More importantly, I assume this well-warded house of yours would have enough room for us for the night as well.
Of course, of course. It's a bit big and empty these days, but there will be plenty of room for you all.
Have you a map of the local area we can use?
I have one back at the manor. I'll guide you there myself if you wish.
Yes.
Ward, are you staying to drink for a while?
If I can help it, I'll take the drink with me. Look at this miserable lot. I'm not drinking here.
At this point, Jean speaks up and says, I might stay here and drink for a moment, friends. I've got some things to keep an eye on. If you have need of me, let me know.
The silence speaks for itself, Jean.
Jean, if you need us, I fear that you won't know where we are. It might be worth coming with us to the house at least, so that you know where to come back to.
Jean very unsteadily comes to his feet and goes, very well, probably for the best. Lead on, lead on.
Is he like proper pissed at this point?
He's managing to stay upright and at least move with a fair amount of coordination, but you can tell that he's kind of out of it and not really paying attention to anything.
No, my friend, I am not drunk, I am inebriated.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Probably just gives Ward a look and just shakes his head as he follows on. Lead the way. What was your name anyway? You've not told us yet.
Forgive me. My name is Ismark. Ismark Kolyov.
I'd like to ask Ismark and just say, how long has this place been cut off from the rest of the world?
Honestly, for as long as I've been alive, and probably much longer than that. I want to say hundreds, if not thousands of years. As far as most of the people here is concerned, Strahd's ruled over this for forever.
Well, all bad things come to an end.
How often do you get people from outside in then?
Very rarely, but they do stand out, shall we say.
What happens to them? Usually?
It's a cruel place, child. Well, but it's best not to dwell. Follow me, friends. And with that, he heads out to the bar. I guess you guys are following him.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll wait for everybody else. I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
When we leave, I want to keep an eye on the people as we leave to make sure no one's paying too much attention to us.
Okay.
Ward helps Jean to his feet, at which point he very blatantly, on a roll of an 8, puts his hand into Jean's pockets.
Jean just sort of kind of not very effectively sort of starts pushing against you, sort of go, oh, no, please don't do that. I'm fine. I can walk.
At which point Ward pretty much heaves him to the side.
Should we take the body? Not that body. The dead body.
Ismark looks back and goes, yes, he deserves a more dignified burial. I'll have to make arrangements with the vicar in the morning. He turns back to the others and goes, I doubt anyone will want to leave tonight.
Jonah, what time is it now? Is it night time now?
It's nighttime now. It's like very, very late into the evening. About, I want to say, just past midnight.
So, I'm not taking this body with us. I'm not dragging a fresh corpse through a land full of undead and vampires. We might as well be carrying a fucking torch down these streets.
Yeah, so I think... So, yeah, it's entirely up to you if you want to leave the body there. If he's, as far as Ismar's concerned, he's going to make arrangements in the morning.
Okay.
I'll walk up to the barkeep and hand him a silver piece and say, just put him in a corner somewhere. They'll be round in the morning.
Ismark stares at the coin, then stares at you, and doesn't do anything else beyond that. He just stares at you.
Is Mark or Alec?
Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Ward walks up to the barkeep. You're staring
The barkeep
at a
steps
drow.
back.
You're staring at a monster, boy.
The barkeep takes another step back.
What's the matter? Think he's gonna drag you to the Underdark?
Takes another step back.
Or are you
Your
scared of the
silence
half-orc?
offends me.
The barbarian, neither.
At this point, Ismark speaks up saying, forgive them, and the people of Barovia there, just, they don't trust strangers very much.
Ward,
Wise.
Ward stands on the bar.
And the barkeep takes another step back.
Take a good look. Take a good look at the monsters. Fortunately for you, we're the monsters who slay monsters. We're the ones that will bring peace to this town. We're the stars in the darkness.
We're the ones that are gonna fuck Strahd up, bring his battered corpse back to this town to hang for his boasts.
The barkeep continues to stare at you, although he's flinching slightly less than he was before. Ismark, however, makes a dry smile and goes, a monster to take on a monster. That might be what we need at this stage.
Don't regret it later.
I'm past regrets at this point.
Crowley's gonna put his mask back on and head out.
Okay. Anything else you want to do in the bar, or shall we move on?
That's it.
Let's go.
Alrighty, we are now moved back into the village of Barovia. And now if I can find these token.
We're there, right? I just pinged.
So we're all split up, aren't we?
And I'll just move you all to the right spots. There. Okay, with Maldrath and Keldrin, you want to move to the left around here? There you go. And if I just bring... Where's he gone? I knew there was one thing I should have done before this. See that? There we go. Okay.
Crowley is going to have his short swords out, and he's going to blood right the second one of it now as well.
Righto. Ismark quietly leads you down the road in this direction.
Following right behind him.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring
Looking
up the rear.
around nervously.
Ward puts a hand onto Crowley's shoulder and beckons him to step back to the back of the group with him.
It's perfect, because I was about to do exactly the same thing.
As you walk down the streets, the town is still as solid and eerily silent as it's ever been. Save for when you walk down the street, you hear some muffled sobs coming from one of the houses next to you around here.
Male, female?
Can I roll perception on that one?
Yeah, probably.
Ward actually isn't paying attention, so
female and sounding kind of hoarse, like she's been sobbing for a while. Yeah, what I said earlier. And it's coming from this direction here. And yes, as you... Ismar continues to lead you down the street until you come to a much larger house that's the very south from this direction here.
So is everybody following me?
yeah. Once they all get past, I want to speak to Crowley.
You two come in and you're gonna start kissing or something.
Watch that tongue, boy, before I remove it.
Unless your eyes are sharper than mine, I've got the back.
I just look towards Ward and just chuckle.
Doesn't matter.
Have it
Crowley,
your way.
I meant what I said when we were fighting Strahd. They're all going to die. One way or another. They're not as experienced, not as powerful as us.
Is Jean just standing next to us?
I really hope he is, like staggering as he does so, like half paying attention.
Just like, yes, they are much weaker than us.
He's slowly staggering down, following. I think he's paying. At the moment, he's just examining the house down here just to see if he can investigate the sobs further, but otherwise isn't paying that much attention.
He's singing Frere Jacques as he goes, I'm sure of it.
The old national anthem, isn't it? Yes, I don't expect them to live overly long, considering.
We've got a good thing going on. We're on the edge. Whenever one of us is going to step over that line, whichever it may be, the other's there to pull them back.
You better keep that promise. You've
I
not seen the
intend to.
monster beneath this mask yet.
But I fear as we just met, one who was not as he was pretending to be. Others could be hiding motives.
I've seen many a dark creature hidden beneath a placid, agreeable mask. I think you're right, we need to investigate these three.
I shall give you as much discretion as I normally do.
I imagine the entire town will hear about it.
Ward picks up pace again.
Okay. As you
I'm
continue...
Pretty
Sorry.
much on Ismar's coattails, basically. I'm as close as we can get.
as you continue to follow his marks, some closer than others. Eventually you come across his home. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trampled to create a path all around the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have been assailing the mansion. Not a pane or shard of glass in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omens. Do you guys want to make any of you guys want to make a perception check on the way here?
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
No, I can plainly see that the groundskeeper was fired a while ago.
How do you know about my backstory? If everyone else is heading on, I'm actually going to check out the house with the sobbing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is John Paul still there by that house? Because if so, I will stop track nearby.
Yeah, Jean's, he was staring at the house a little bit, but then decides to continue on once he sees you all moving towards there.
Yeah, I want to make a perception, because I was not paying attention in character at the time, because I wanted to speak to Crowley.
Fair enough.
Is there... So I've sort of singled out which building it is. Is the door open?
It's here. All of the doors are basically barred shut at this point. No one's really opening them. You occasionally see some figures. You occasionally see through the windows some eyes peek nervously and then disappear again when they think you spotted them. Wood, you can tell someone's sobbing in the house. That's about it.
Are the curtains drawn?
Yeah, all the curtains are drawn on. Some of them are just windows are just completely barred up. In this case, it is fairly boarded up.
What about the doorway?
As far as you know, it's firmly shut. Let me just check something here real quick. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it looks like it's just a shut. It looks like the door's just shut at the moment. It doesn't look like there's anything blocking it.
Well, because Ward has no fear, he steps up and pushes on the doorway.
The sobbing briefly he comes to a stop as you walk into the room and you see an oldish-looking woman just sort of clutching her head. Her eyes are red, just completely red, as it looks like she's been crying for some time now.
Crowley will follow him.
I'm going to poke Istmark in the back and be like, they went into another house. Should we turn around? Wait, we're losing them.
Istmark turns around and goes, that's the house of Manberry. They'll probably move on shortly. She's harmless enough.
Okay.
We'll wait for them.
What's the matter, woman?
Yeah, Manberry, you see a sort of oldish woman just sort of sitting there. It looks like she's just been sat in a chair, just clutching her head back and just clutching her head. In fact, if I can just bring the token in there now. There we go. She's a sort of an oldish woman with stained eyes. She doesn't. She's staring at you, but she's not really acknowledging your presence otherwise.
Ward would like to do a sort of circle of the room and have a look around.
While he's doing this, Crowley's going to walk like directly in front of her, almost as if as a distraction.
Breaking and entering. We're doing the good thing.
We broke nothing.
Standard RPG affair, isn't it? Break into people's houses, rob their junk.
Quick, smash all the chests.
She's obviously nervous, but she's not doing anything else aside from that. She's just sort of... It's like she barely recognizes you're there. You, Ward, you continuously march around the room, and you notice that it's really not being well kept. It looks like so many of the furniture from the shelves have been completely unattended. It's grimy. The only possessions he seems to be paying any attention to is this malformed doll, which is clutching tightly in her grip.
Seems like a perfectly healthy thing to be doing.
Who else is here other than myself and Crowley?
No one at the moment. It's just you two and Manberry.
In which case, Ward kneels next to Mary and says, "Speak to me."
We can't help you if you don't speak.
She stares from Ward. She sort of barely pays any attention to. Crowley, she sort of glances and then goes, "She's gone."
Who?
My beloved daughter. She's gone. She's gone. Gertrude. I told her not to go.
How?
And then she just left. I told her not to go. I told her what was out there, but she just left.
When?
Sometime Gertrude.
Stay with me. When? We can't bring her back if you don't tell us.
She's probably gone. She's probably gone.
Probably gonna lean real close and pull his mask. Listen, you not telling me will get her killed. When was she taken?
She was never taken. She left several weeks ago. She was bored of this town. Kept saying everyone lived in fear. She then left. I told her it was too dangerous out there. She's not come back.
Listen to yourself. She said it was full of fear, and yet you're here cowering and seeping, weeping in a house by yourself. You think she'll come back to this?
What else can we do?
What else? Last I checked, you're still breathing. Ward, are you still alive?
Very much so.
Then it seems to me like there's still something worth living for.
She stares at you both and then just yes.
I apologise, she didn't tell me her name.
Oh yeah, shit.
Well, I'll just ignore that for the moment. It's fine. But
guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
She looked like a Mary. What did she look like?
Dark hair, tied back, very pretty, very young, very naive.
Distinguishing features, that could be anyone.
She was my girl. She was my...
Would she recognize this? And Ward tentatively puts his hand on the doll.
She instantly utters it away and goes, "No! No! It's all I have. It's all I have."
What's your name?
Mary.
I knew that.
Well done, Ward. What's your last name?
She starts bursting into sobs again.
It's Mary the Mad.
Ward, I don't think we're getting anything out of this.
We have enough. We have a name and a description, be it a bad one.
Brown hair. Should be easy.
I will say, out of character, I will just say it was dark. Dark hair rather than brown. But anyway, back in character.
Got it. Oh yeah, I actually wrote dark hair as well.
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
We will do what we can to find her. But I sort of get down low to look her in the eyes now.
While this is going on,
you continue to waste your life here sobbing. She will not return.
Whilst that's going on, is there an upstairs?
Yes, there is.
Ward creeps up there while she's distracted.
It's fine, I trust him. He's investigating the child's room. It's good.
I want to find this daughter's room, and if there's something like obvious that she might recognize that I could take.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
make me a perception check.
Gertruda. Trying very hard not to type T by pushing the talk button as I keep doing in the chat.
You'll have a look around. It's a very small room. Just seems to be a bed. Not much in the way, though. Although you do find another doll. One that's even more malformed. You have a look at the doll. Has some stitching on it. It says it seems to be a very frayed tag on the end of the dress, and it says, "Is no fun, is no Blinksky."
That's very useful, actually. Ward will try and stuff that in his pack.
Okay.
He'll also make a note of "It's no fun, it's no Blinksky."
Did she reply to me saying if she doesn't stop wasting her life away, then?
Yeah. I will now respond. She looks at you and goes, "I'll try, but."
I sort of put a reassuring hand on her shoulder. That's all you can do. Try. Hope. And trust me. Trust in us. We will bring her back.
Hope. She was my only hope, and now?
Now she's coming back to you. Rejoice. But a matter of days.
He now stares quietly at the floor.
Ward lets himself out.
Yeah, I'll follow out. And make sure to close and try to lock the door if possible.
Okay.
No, I won't lock it because she doesn't have a key and she dies.
You walk out back into the streets and head towards the rest of the group.
Are they still outside or do they head inside? And we're
we're just
standing
chilling in
in
the
awkward
street.
silence.
Yeah, we're
having
standing in
lunch
awkward
now.
silence waiting for you. Ismark, Ismark sees you and goes, "Huh. I see you've met Mad Mary. Tragic."
Her name's Mary.
He sighed. Yes.
Let's not throw pointless monikers out, shall we?
Fair enough. Also, to respond to your perception checks much earlier, Keldrin, you're the one who notices that, with your nature abilities, you notice that the ground itself has been worn with a lot of footsteps. Some look like wolves, others look like fairly human footprints, although they seem a bit erratic. You can tell that this ground has been stored by various hordes again and again.
Can I tell how recent the last ones were?
The last one seemed to be from a couple of days ago. Like, some are fresh, some are old. This has been going on for a while.
Interesting. Okay.
Would I be able to make an insight check on to see if I can garner any more information?
From who? Oh,
Just-
perception check.
Well, I didn't do a very good perception, but I'm assuming that knowledge would have been shared from what Keldrin got.
Keldrin is not speaking unless spoken to at the moment.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
He's just panicking, trying to get inside.
Ismark walks up to the door, and the door is heavily barred, but he still makes the knock. The response. He makes a knock, and this time goes, "Irina, it's me." There is another pause. Ismark sighs and goes, "Irina." And at this point, it's kind of muffled from inside, but you can clearly hear a woman's voice going, "I'm not falling for that, Strahd. You'll have to try better than that." Ismark responds, "Irina, it's me. What? Why would you..." Ismark goes, "You think I'm falling for that? You think my brother would just come back from the tavern with those monsters behind you after everything he said?"
I just peek out from behind his back and we're not monsters. Truly, we're not. We just want to get inside. I
was gonna say make a persuasion check, but you're now having a disadvantage because Ward's doing a cackling evil laugh.
Dude, my wisdom is like 7, so.
Ismark, it seems your sister's smarter than most in this town.
She's had to be.
Surely you two have some sort of password or some sort of fact only you both would know.
We'll close our ears so that we can't copy it in case one of us is Strahd. But I don't think one of us is Strahd. We were all there when he was there.
One of us is Strahd? Which one?
Probably literally face palms. Why would you say that, Keldrin?
Again, Keldrin, make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I'm not Strahd, I swear.
I gotta.
Sure, why not?
Oh man, persuasion.
Hey guys, I'm just visiting. Just want to borrow a bowl of sugar. I'm not Strahd, though. I'm not Strahd.
Can I? The thing is not.
Is it not rolling for you?
It's letting me do a 0. I'm just gonna roll and let's calculate the -2.
Okay. It's looking like an 8.
So yeah, that's an 8.
Unless you roll something there.
Nah.
The house goat is permanently shut down.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Oh god. I'm gonna go. This is a bizarre trick, Strahd, but I'm not falling for it. I don't care what you're desperate for. Ismark then goes, Irina! I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight. My father was dead. I didn't mean to say any of that. These people are here to help. Just please. I know they're.
So am I
mixed.
correct in thinking that vampires cannot enter without being asked to come in?
Yeah, you were, from the last session, you had already heard stuff about that before, you just hadn't put it into practice, but from the way these people are behaving, you figured, okay, yeah, it's confirmed, this is how
yeah, Ismark told us in the pub a minute ago as well.
Yeah.
Just open the door, don't invite us in. If we come in, there you go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do not invite us in.
Say, like, literally say, Strahd, you're not allowed in, and just open the door.
Don't be specific. It might, like, just to make sure we could be any vampire. But just say you are not, like, you're not allowed in.
There is a pause. Sorry.
I was going to say, just out of character, this is a no Strahd's allowed club.
It's a little thing above the door with an X going through it.
Yeah.
There is a pause for a moment. Then you hear a and then the door slowly creeps open.
You are an idiot.
And Irina goes, "You're not allowed in, Strahd."
I walk straight through. But as I do, I just look at her. We could have been werewolves. We could have been undead. We could have been anybody. Next time, arrange some sort of password with your brother. I just walk through.
Ward can't help himself. He goes to the entranceway and then stops as if blocked by force. Oh no! And
Irina
falls
pulls
down
a
on the
sword
ground,
out.
twitching.
A sword. This has got interesting.
Irina pulls a sword out. This one goes, no. He's strange. He's very, very, very strange.
Fully turns around and like, I don't know. Gonna have to be sure.
I just scramble indoors.
Irina stares over there and puts the sword back and goes, "Well, if you were Strahd, I would have been gone much sooner by now. Very well. Come in."
As I walk in, I'd like to just mention to her. I'd just like to mention, it's like, if you want me to perform last rites on any trust you have left on strangers, just let me know.
Irina simply looks at you and then continues to walk inside.
Ward
The
Commander
interior of the
crawls in.
The interior of the mansion is well furbished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Notable oddities are the boarded-up windows, save for one in the study she takes you in, which is she has managed to shove a telescope through the hole, just to keep in track of everything. She takes you to a side drawing room, which I will take you to as well in a moment. Another inventory, and one last detail.
Furnished. I like that.
Mm-hmm. And one last detail, I will remember to do this. Let's see. There we go. As you can see, you're inside the well-furbished drawing room. The Orgo Master is inside this makeshift coffin that is... It looks more like a crate than a coffin, but as you gathered from your talks of Ismark, they really didn't have much time to prepare anything else. It's... On top of that is just a pile of wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay.
He's been in the house like this for how long?
A couple of days.
And yet you were at the pub. Why did you not just take him out?
Ismark sighs.
No,
The coffin is
some
a...
bad taste.
The townspeople haven't been willing to help us move him. And Irina, well, she couldn't leave. I was out drinking because, well, I said some things. I was stressed.
Forget all that. We'll help you bury him in the morning.
Can't you cremate him? Would that stop him from being, you know?
No, he should be returned to the earth.
Well,
this
that
point,
seems like a bad idea if undead are a thing.
At this point, Irina speaks up. She is a rather striking individual with auburn red hair flowing down her, nervously rubbing her neck. She says, I agree. He deserves to be returned with the Dawnfather. He doesn't deserve to be burned alive. Well, not alive, but who can tell the difference anymore?
I know not of this Dawnfather, but Shantae the Earth Mother would see him to rest.
She's smart. I'm sure he would take some comfort in that.
I'm sorry, I was just making a suggestion now.
She smiles. No, it's quite all right.
It's sensible is what it is. I know you want him to be buried with respect, but it's gonna be far worse if you see him wandering about the town once he's been risen.
She sighed. You're right, of course. At the very least, it'd be nicer to have a ceremony. He wanted it to be in the church. Ismark sighed. We've been over this. I can take care of the arrangements, just... Irina, you need to worry about yourself. Irina at this point interrupts and goes, you know, as you've said it yourself, the villagers won't help. They're too afraid. Especially after all that's happened. Damn that Strahd.
In that we have something in common. We've taken your brother up, pending confirmation of payment. We're going to take you to the lackey, was it you said?
Ismark nods, but Irene stares back at the coffin. That would be helpful, although I would like you to fulfill one last condition for me first.
Well, since we will be working for you, I think certain obligations are agreeable. We can help you with this situation, I suppose. I'll turn to rest the party just in case.
Irina says, it's very simple. I just need him taken to the church. I'm sure Strahd will be very keen to set upon him and make an insult of its final memory. But if you can do that, I will gladly go with you.
Do we have to do that now? Can it wait until morning?
I'm sure it can.
Irina chuckles. Sure, I imagine you're tired from your long journey.
I mean, apparently it doesn't really make any difference, but, just for...
Irina stops and I get it. I get it, little one.
Did we notice what church it was on the way? Did we see it? Was it large enough?
You didn't really see it. You didn't really see it on your travels. It's more or less on the other side of town.
Yeah,
We're being asked to help, I'm assuming getting to the church is going to be no small task. What can we expect?
I mean, besides, what can you not expect? Namely, he likes to keep zombies around there. I guess as some kind of grim joke. Usually they would be marching down the street and pounding on our door, but this is the first night they've been quiet in weeks.
I suspect
Years, even.
that's because we're here.
We did have a little meeting with him upon arriving, didn't we? Seemed to leave rather promptly.
Marina looks up at this. Did he know? That would explain it. Yes. If you were new travelers, he would... If you were new travelers, I'm sure he couldn't wait to start messing with you.
And that will probably prove to be his downfall in the coming days. But still, you'll forgive me, but I would like to inspect your father's body to make sure he died of natural means. You forgive me, of course, but I know very little about either of you, and this could always be a trap.
I need as you. So, you're saying you examined a corpse? Are you that untrustworthy?
I'm not untrustworthy. It's the rest of you that I don't trust. Put it this way, I've hunted monsters for longer than most of you have been alive, and I've not survived this long by trusting people wantonly.
Irina, she has a flash of anger in her eyes, like she wants to say something back, but she can't find the words to argue with you. She then turns away towards the desk and just goes, very well, if it makes you happy, just get it over with.
Yeah, I go over. Ward, can you help me with this chest?
Ward actually moves up to Irina and quietly asks, what church? But he makes sure to be very quiet when he asks it.
She stares at you and goes, there's only one church in town. If you continue down the main streets from the house and go directly north, you'll find yourself at its gates in no time.
Deity? What deity?
We know of only one, the Dawn Father.
Dawn? How does it find its light here? I used to be a worshipper of Pella, but I see no light in this world.
He looks up at that. Pella. That's a name of... quietly.
Well, I mean, can I
that's
hear
not a
this
word.
with my perception?
I'll do a
make a perception
I'll do a
roll.
stealth.
Yeah, I'd like to try see if I can listen as well. Just
Although
because
keep it-
I mean the crazy monster dude is walking over
Yeah,
to the lady
I will
with the.
say, I will say actually.
I'm using my inside voice!
I will say Crowley make him a disadvantage only because you're technically also opening the coffin at this point. You're multitasking technically.
I mean, I asked him to, but I will roll disadvantage.
I got a mighty
Okay.
4.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of academic at this point, but yeah, you hear, okay, you hear him saying Pelor at the very least, or the very least, you hear Irina say the words Pelor, and
Yeah,
then
when she says it out, I just say, a life long lost, and make my way over to the crate.
okay then. You very easily pull the lid off, and you find the poor, rather slightly overweight body of the previous head of this town, the Burgomaster himself, there doesn't appear to be any stab wounds on the body, from what you can tell.
Should we do heal checks, perception checks?
I would suggest medicine checks for anyone who's proficient in that.
I think I am, yeah.
Okay.
So medicine check on the corpse.
Yeah. He's dead, Crowley.
Is he? Damn it. Too late to save him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Maldaf, you get the suspicion that it was natural causes, but you're having a hard time discerning what exactly it is. Keldrin, you can tell that it's just sort of looking at the... There are many telltale signs of tension on your body. There's also... there's just all the tension and signs of stress. They clearly indicates to you that it was a heart attack, like they said.
I'm just gonna agree with whatever Maldreth says, pretty much.
So have you got a room we can sleep in? Because I'm not sleeping here. Are you guys done poking with dead bodies yet?
Ward recovers the body.
I really go. Of course, it's a big crowd, but the sitting room might have some. There should be some spare places in the sitting room. You could also use my father's bed. You could also borrow my bed if you wish. I tried to sleep during the day, if only to stay alert at nights like this.
Fear not. When I wandered the wild forests, Shantae came to me. I feel that she will come to all in need. And I pat the top of the coffin and move away.
Irene looks at all of you and sort of stares at Ismark and says, "You certainly found some strange friends, Ismark." Ismark chuckles. I thought I didn't bring them here, but who knows? It's nice to see his dream come to life, at least. And with that, you all find your way to your own individual rooms. It's some of you. I'm sure you can work it all out between you, who gets to sleep in a bed and who gets to sleep on the floor in the sitting room, but or on the nearby sofas, which there are plenty of, even if they haven't been cleaned recently.
How many rooms?
There are two with the Burgomaster's old room and Irene's room, and yeah, the rest is sitting rooms and whatever spare mattresses you can find.
Ward claims the largest free room.
That would be the Burgomaster's chambers.
Yeah.
While everybody is like looking for rooms, I would like to go up to Irene and just like, I'm really sorry that we burst in here and stuff, and it must be really hard for you, and you're really brave. And if you want, I can sleep here.
I read in the chuckles. That is very kind of you. I wouldn't want to share the scent of death in here with anyone, but if you wish.
I'll be out there in the hall. Just wake me up.
Enough.
With that, I turn into a very scruffy-looking cat, and I curl up in the corner in a hall.
As you leave, she then says, "Don't worry. Bravery comes when you're forced to... Bravery isn't something you automatically have. It's something you acquire when you're continuously pushed." She is confused by the noise and just decides to sleep. Shakes her head, thinking, "I'm tired.
Where is she sleeping? So I know. So like in the room. So I'm not going to sleep, and I'll be in the same room.
Irene is in the room she is now.
Yeah. Sorry. Is she sleeping in the chair on the desk, or?
She's staying up through the night.
Yeah, she stayed up through the night. She plans to try and get some shell-eye in the morning.
Alright, in which case Crowley will take the chair and sort of turn it towards the door and just sit in it with his swords, just like in his lap. He doesn't sleep, so...
Fair enough.
Transom.
Irina slumbers...
You just don't sleep? You can't just drop that in like that. He doesn't sleep.
He has the superpower of not sleeping.
Hell yeah!
Irina just paces about the room, occasionally checking through the telescope just to make sure nothing else is on the horizon.
Did Seth and Maldraff take the other room?
I'm in the lounge.
Lounge as well, okay. There was one spare room, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Did Maldraff take that?
I was just going to look for anything that was comfortable to sleep on.
Okay. At the moment, I'm sort of in the entrance to my room, but looking out.
Fair enough. Okay, any of you guys want to do anything else before the morning closes?
Nope.
Not before the morning closes.
Okay. And with that, it's been a very restless night, to say the least, but in your individual spots, you managed to find some form of comfort, at the very least, enough sleep to get some enough sleep to recover your energy and be fighting fit for the morning.
Get up to some stuff actually before night was over.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
During the night, Ward wakes up and does what exactly?
Okay, so I'm gonna first head to that spare room.
First head to whose room?
The spare room.
Okay.
Is anyone in there?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, that's really annoying. This is going to be really blatant then. So I'm going to go straight to the living room area.
Okay.
There's no point in me stealthing because people are awake.
I would say, well, just for the sake of pacing, I would say they started to get to sleep and you've just sort of woken up and started marching around.
Yeah, so I get into that area and...
Oh, so this is like right after we got to sleep, right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I'm still a cat curled up in a sofa.
So, I'm gonna go for... I guess Maldraff is the most suspicious. I'm gonna go for his pack and go through it. Not very stealthily. Just gonna go for it.
Okay. Everyone in the room, which would be Keldrin, Maldraff, and Seth, make perception checks.
I'm not hiding. Just doing it.
This is just to see if they wake up from the noise anyway.
Fair enough.
Sorry, is this the same room I'm in?
No, you're in with Irina and you're in with Irina and Keldrin. So, no wait, yeah, you're in the same room with Idrin, so it's the next room along.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought everyone was in the same room. That's fine.
No, Irina.
Is it with disadvantage because we're sleeping? I think there was something about that.
I didn't say it was disadvantage. It would have been if he was stealthing, but he's not.
I think he probably would have stealthed.
If people weren't awake in the room, I would have attempted to stealth it.
Okay. They're all asleep, so yeah, you can stealth it. Okay, so Seth and Maldraff, if you could.
Oh my goodness!
Maldraff, make one more roll for me.
But wasn't this was at disadvantage, wasn't it? Because you're
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Okay, fair enough. So, Seth.
So Seth got a 22 or a 25.
Yes. So Seth, everyone else is kind of asleep. Seth, you hear some rustling, your ranger instincts honed in, and you wake up to see Ward, your half-orc companion, shaking out Maldraff's pack.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eye on him, but not make it apparent I'm awake.
Yeah,
okay.
Ward's not paying any attention to him. What's in there?
Alright, so, Maldraff, what is in your adventure pack?
Oh, now you're asking.
Oh, I also need to mention that Ward took from his pack, which was on his person anyway, his ring, and it's in his pocket.
Okay.
So in my bag, I guess, will be an amulet, a component pouch, common clothes, and obviously I've got my armor and stuff that I'm assuming would not be with me.
The armor would still be on you at this point.
Then yeah, that's it.
Okay, nothing like really crazy then.
No.
Okay, what's the amulet iconography?
Make a religion roll.
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
It's a religion you don't think you've seen before. It's kind of straight. It's not any of the common religions you're aware of, at any rate.
That's fine, as long as I don't see like severed heads or anything like overly crazy from this frickin' deaf cleric dressed in black robes, then that's fine. I not very neatly put it back to where it was, and then I move over to Zeph's pack.
Okay. Seth, are you paying attention to this?
Yeah, I'm just watching.
Okay.
Okay, I do the exact same thing, look at everything in the pack.
Alright, Seth,
Just
what's in your pack?
Second.
I've got 6 children's heads. I've got some cat bones.
Your normal stuff, the adventuring kit with the backpack, torches, etc. Water skin, shovel, set of whittling tools, common clothes, belt patch with 10 gold coins, my arrows, armor, dagger, and a lock of hair.
Your weapons and armor would be on you. The lock of hair would still be out there.
Ward's a bit confused about the lock of hair, but he puts it all back. And then he travels to the main room, which is where it's going to get interesting, I feel.
So you're marching straight into the room with Irina in, right?
Yes.
You step inside, you find that Crowley is sitting in the chair with what you recognise is his trance state.
Yeah,
Irina is still pacing around the room looking.
Into a cat, didn't she?
That's
That's Keldrin.
Keldrin, sorry.
Yeah. Keldrin is currently sleeping on the sofa. I mean, you're a bit confused by the cat, but you haven't...
I haven't seen her transform into a cat before, so
Nope.
I don't even know she is the cat.
But you do recognize Keldrin's battle axe, and yes, her backpack is on the side, like next to the sofa.
For some reason, I imagine that Keldrin is not there, and I go to the backpack and start checking it.
Okie doke. Eldrin, maybe one more perception check at disadvantage.
I already did those, so I rolled a...
I said one more just
8
because
and a
he's
10.
now right next to you, shaking out your stuff.
Oh.
Okay, never mind.
I
this is
tip the contents onto the cat.
So much for cat-like
purr.
reflexes.
Okay, so you find everything is really, really threadbare and used looking that she has. You find a kit with some like bandages and herbs in it. You find a threadbare bedroll and a mess kit with regular the foodstuffs, cup, simple cutlery, all made out of wood, chipped and worn. You find a tinderbox, some rope, some shitty rations, a water skin. That's it.
That's fine. Ward puts it all back. Where's the fighter gone?
Jean, you can hear some voices coming from what appear to be the kitchen. Him and Ismark are chatting away with drinks. Jean asking some questions about the welfare of the town. Stuff like how many guards are there, what's a militia. And long story short, he's awake and you're going to be able to see... he's going to see you coming in.
He will indeed. Yep. Ward
I imagine, though, he's completely smashed out of his face, though.
True, but Ismark is standing next to him, so he will also know as well.
Ward, yeah, he walks right in. Like, gotta check him.
Okay. Ismark, Ismail gives you a curious look, and Jean, in a seemingly mood, goes, so, Lou, how can I help you?
You're having a bad dream. Could get worse. And Ward checks his pack in front of him.
Routine baggage check.
Ismail exactly going, what on earth are you doing? Okay, if I can now... And now I'm gonna have to pull up Sven's character sheet.
Nice. So,
I will be right back.
Ishmark, have you ever heard of this, Elven Kingdom of France? Because I haven't.
Ismark stares at you and Ismark stares at you in complete confusion. Jean goes, are you denying my Elven accent?
It's just, I've heard Elven before, and you speak a very different dialect.
I'm with the High Elves. I've been living in there and traveling around. I was a member of the Guard, since you had asked.
Yes, well, you could be making it all up. Like the seller of trinkets.
Indeed. Although if anyone was to be suspicious, it'd be the man taking my backpack and pouring it all over the road right now.
Yeah, we'll see, won't we? What's he got?
I'm trying to... Son of a... Okay. He has what seems to be the standard adventuring kit, along with a couple of with a couple of gourds that seem to be filled with wine that kind of spills out as well. It seems like he had some travel rations as well, just in case.
Does he have croissants?
No, he
Only
does
baguettes.
Damn it.
not. No, he does not. He might have one specific, he might have some specific trinkets, but nothing pops out to you immediately, mainly because Sven hasn't put them on his character sheet in Roll20.
So, Ward actually looks kind of disappointed that nobody had anything, like, out of turn. So he just picks up one of the casks containing wine. I'm taking this for evidence! And he storms out to the main room.
The two of them just stare at you in a bemused fashion as you leave.
Yeah, Ward will
Crowley will like break from his trance as he sees Ward enter a second time. Well, I'm surprised by the lack of flesh on flesh, should I say?
I have a particular lack of tact in these matters. Nevertheless, everyone seemed clean to me. And he takes a swig of some of that material he stole.
From the other room, you hear Jean, but he did not even sample my collection of cheeses.
I should also mention, just for the sake of us to keep it consistent, that Seth, you're hearing all of this.
Yup.
Did I just drink poison?
No, it's perfectly ordinary wine. A bit stale, but wine nevertheless.
Okay, I shall put that down with some of my bat shish kebab that I will eat uncooked. Actually, just a handful of bat mince instead. I'll keep the shish kebab.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do?
With that, I'll actually go to sleep.
So, with that brief disturbance taken care of, you managed to restore your energy.
After an hour, the cat poofs, and it's just Keldrin curled up around herself.
I heard pooped instead of poofs.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure I did that as well.
That too, probably.
So Crowley sees all that, which is interesting. He makes note of that.
And so, dawn comes. But as you open it up, you see that, just as Ismark said, the sunlight doesn't really shine through. The best way to describe it is that it's a really, really cloudy day. There is light, you can clearly see what's in front of you, but the sunlight isn't burning down. And Crowley, given your nature, you noticed as well that the sunlight, it doesn't have the burning quality it usually has. It seems that, just like with vampires, you can freely move around in the sun as well.
That's interesting. I still keep my mask on.
And so, as the morning comes, you stare at the church and you greet. Irina walks up to you and says, "I hope you all rested well. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to have him buried as soon as possible."
Yes. Let's
You're
get to
staying
it.
here, correct?
And now that's where we'll take a break.
All right.
Oi.
So yeah, I'm just I'm just going to use the facilities and such. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. I'm sure
Not a
MVO will be able
problem.
to.
I just paused to tell Ubermanch 9 that what classes are everyone playing? Did I want to just tell him real quick? That's the question he asked. I'm playing a barbarian.
I'm
Druid.
playing the Blood Hunter from Matthew Mercer, and it is wonderful.
Yeah, he's a homebrew class.
Ranger here.
I'm playing a Death Cleric.
Just plain druid.
And currently disposed of French fighter.
Yes,
Fighter.
you as a fighter. That is the classes everyone's been using. So yeah, like I said, I'll take a quick break. Hopefully, I should also mention that this is technically my second session as a DM, so I apologize if everything seemed a bit haphazard.
Don't
worries.
apologize. Fake it till you make it.
I'm also going to take a break and get some caffeine, which is what I survive on. And whilst I go on, everyone can enjoy the music of Invader Load from the Commodore 64 that we'll be
Time
playing.
to load that back up. I love this song.
Alrighty, catch you later.
Back in a bit.
Back shortly, everybody.
Alright, are we on the air?
We are back.
On Twitch.
Okay.
Live on the internet.
Live on the internet. This is Curse of Strahd. Okay, welcome back everyone. So, as we said, the dawn has come and Irina has asked you to move the crate all the way to the church, which, as Ismark and the others have said, is just north in this direction. You struggle out and Ismark says, I thank you for doing this. I should be accompanying you really, but I should also be, I guess... At this point, Jean steps up and goes, "No need, my friend. I will stay here and guard just in case anyone tries anything. You can go with them if you wish."
Who is carrying the coffin?
That's up for you guys to decide.
Not me.
Ward will take the front of it. He'll face forward with his arms backwards, holding it.
How difficult is it to hold it? The crate thing.
Well, it is the weight of one person, so...
Oh, you know what then? Ward could carry it by himself. I'll put it over his shoulder.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone stares in a kind of mixture of faintly impressed, but also slightly terrified.
And slightly disrespectful.
Oh, that too, yes.
I'm used to all of those things.
Yeah, apart from Crowley, you've seen this. He does this all the time.
Usually he doesn't wait for the person to die, though, so that's pretty impressive.
Is my character aware of what happened with his bag and stuff last night? Did he realise that things had been tampered with?
I would imagine Ward didn't clean up afterwards, so...
I didn't put things back in the exact order either.
He did say that he very hastily and sloppily put it all back in.
Yeah, I put it back as someone would with things that weren't their own possessions.
As someone would with giant orc hands.
Yes.
You wake up and your things have been moved about. You're suspicious, but you don't really have any solid leads on who or what it might be. For all you know, it could have just fallen off and spilled out.
And put itself back in.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
I mean, you can make inquiries if you wish, but as far the only thing you definitely know is that somehow your bag was open and then things were taken out and put back in.
No, as long as I'm aware of it, I'm just going to keep my suspicions and things to myself.
And I should also mention that Keldrin, you woke up to find some of your stuff on top of you.
I must have sleep catted.
Okay. And with that, you begin to walk your way slowly up the town. Again, headed in this direction here. As you
wait. If you want, I could see if there's like things waiting for us already. I could do a spell and scout. I guess.
Please do.
Do we need magic? I thought Zeph could see for miles.
No, I said I could hit something from about a mile away.
Well, you gotta be able to see it as well, right?
Depends.
You can blind fire.
I mean,
I'm gonna go run round the corner. You shoot me.
You heard him.
We all heard him.
I did.
Oh god.
Okay, then let's just go.
Are you seriously gonna make an attack roll? Attack roll disadvantage.
Fervor! You're gonna hit the coffin.
I was hoping that was going to happen. Or that old man to your right.
I'm just gonna let the half-orc keep running.
Make a perception check, Ward. You start. You aim towards the sky, and then just suddenly go, "Hang on, no one's firing anything."
No, I knew he couldn't hit me.
Also, you catch very nearby you. There seems to be an old lady sort of knocking on the door, just going, knock, knock, knock. Dream pastries?
Crowley's gonna
Knock, knock, knock.
chase after, not chase after, but walk after Ward like he's gonna kill someone.
Dream pastries? Did I hear that right? I'm sorry.
Yep, you heard it right. Although technically Ward's the only one who heard it, because he's the only one that's next to the old lady who's around here.
Dream pastries?
She looks at you apprehensively for a moment and then says, yes, dream pastries, my dear. One bite and you'd forget all your troubles.
Wait, what? How? No.
Oh, just a little magic recipe. Tastes like heaven.
Can Ward make a sense motive on that?
Yeah, sure, do an insight check.
Because Ward would really like that to be a thing.
I can't hear at this point, sorry.
Yeah, you start to catch on the conversation because they're not really having it in secret. It's just Ward talking loudly and Morgantha making a pitch.
I mean, we were waiting for Ward to turn a corner and he hasn't appeared. So can we just like start walking?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Start walking after him. Let's see, where is that now? Yeah, I'll just roll straight d20. You can tell that she's hiding something suspicious. Like, it's not so much that she's lying to you, it's that it's like there's a sick joke that only she knows what's going on.
I get that feeling all the time. How do they work? I'll forget everything I did.
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just allows you to just wistfully be somewhere else for a while.
How much?
Sorry, what was that?
How much?
Oh, just 2 silvers.
Ward takes out whatever's in his pocket, again, probably around about 2 to 3 gold and a number of teeth that are most likely human, and holds them out.
She takes the one of the gold pieces and hands you.
Ward notices that.
And hands you several dream pastries, saying, "Oh, you must be really hungry. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy," and starts walking away.
He didn't shortchange Ward. That's interesting.
Okay.
Can I look at her little cart she's pushing? I assume she's not just carrying it. Is she carrying a tray?
She's carrying them maybe in a sack.
I look at the sack and just see how much big it is.
Yeah, it's not a big pastry. It's like it's pretty much just like a bun with some stuffing inside of it.
We all knew this was going to happen. Ward just eats the first one without even thinking.
Okay.
What am I rolling? What save?
It's a will save. I'm trying to find what the DC on that is.
I'm so glad you're here, Ward.
I can tell straight away that she's not been selling pastries for very long, carrying them around in a sack.
That's either amazing or terrible. Natural 20. 22.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Take it away.
I didn't even bother looking for this.
Take it all away.
You bite into the first pastry, scoff it down whole, and you almost start feeling an effect washing over you, and then nothing really. It's like you can tell that there was something that was washing over you and trying to mess up your mind, but you and your big I tell a lie, it's meant to be constitution. You and your body are just so strong, you're not really...
24 then.
Yeah, you're not feeling anything from this.
Ugh. I wanted it
Did it
gone.
taste like shit, Ward?
How did it taste?
A bit nutty.
Not very great. There's like a bitter aftertaste to it.
Up the dosage, all of them.
Okay, make me another Constitution saving throw, this time with disadvantage. Oh,
14 is the lowest.
Yeah, that's just
No,
under
sorry,
the
it's a 16. The save is +6. The modifier is +4.
Okay, so it's 16.
16, yeah.
Sorry, that just happened. I didn't mean to do
Fair
anything.
enough.
I clicked the thing and it rolled a dice. I'm sorry.
It's you continuously scoff, and you can feel the effect almost washing over you, but at the last minute, some part of your will, as if it like kicks in, like a small part of you is kicking in and going, no, this is not right, and your body reacts to this, so you sort of feel like this haze come over you, like you could almost just slip under, but no, you still hold true.
Okay, it stays down though, right?
Well, he's perfectly fine. You just made the DC on that.
Okay. Ward looks incredibly disappointed. Like, his eyes, to Crowley, look like they might start tearing up, but he holds back.
What on earth is wrong, Ward?
Should have known. There's no quick fix.
It's a bun. What did you expect?
You never know. Sometimes magic comes from the most unlikely places.
Yes, and poisons as well.
Ward rejoins the group.
I mean, we've caught up with you by now, so...
I imagine everyone's just standing there looking at him like...
What would you scoff down pastries?
Yeah,
Not
like
to mention
no
that he was
tomorrow.
holding a coffin on one shoulder and scoffing his face with buns with the other hand.
Yeah, it's a very strange sight indeed. By the time the quicker among you can actually see him scoffing the pastries and then get that talk, the slower among you just see him holding a coffin with crumbs around his face and tears in his eyes.
A moment on the lips, as they say.
I'll watch this woman to see if she's checking on all the doors as she's going down here, or select doors.
Yeah, you don't need to make a perception check. She's just going around every door, knocking and going, dream pastries, and then avoiding the occasional houses, as if she knows that they're empty as far as you can gather. She just goes from house to house, knocks, going, dream pastries!
Can I follow slightly behind her, just double check if anyone's actually buying them? And
Can we get rid of this corpse? Can we just do that, please? Please? Please?
Sure, make me a stealth check.
I don't think I'm very stealthy.
And I just need to find her sheet.
Her sheet? She is important. I'm joking.
Okay, where are you? So many character sheets. There we are. I have to do this on macros, that's why I'm doing all this. Let's see. We'll say it's... I don't know, that's not meant to be an advantage. Can you give me? Oh wow, she she turns around and notices yeah, it's you're being very stealthy, but she takes the occasional glance back at you, and she continues for a moment, but then when she notices you're following her, she then turns around and smiles and goes, "Oh, young man, you trying to buy more pastries? You need to be shy."
Has she done this whilst serving someone or after?
What, sorry?
Is someone's door open that she's trying to sell these to? Basically, I wanted to see what the people look like that she's selling these to.
Oh, okay. She kind of whilst you're following her, you notice that no one's answered her yet, but at this stage, she knows you're following her, so she's decided to turn around and say, "Oh, young man, you know."
Yeah, I'll buy a pastry. How much?
I can tell the young man, 2 silvers.
Yep, I have 2 silvers. Was I there when I swear I was there when she sold something.
Yeah, you were there to see Ward buy them off her.
So I know that it was 1 silver last time.
Ah, right. Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah, 1 silver.
No worries. Yeah, I'll hand her a silver.
Okay, and then she hands you a pastry and goes, "Enjoy," and then continues to walk by.
Where do you buy these? Where do you make them?
Oh, we make them ourselves using a quaint old recipe. It's trade secret, I'm afraid.
Well, I shall share it with my friends. Thank you. I'll head back.
No worries, no worries. And then she very quickly scuttles away before going back to the houses round the corner and knocking.
What did you do that for, Crowley? They're not pastries, they're lies.
Just in case you've poisoned yourself. This way I can at least try and come up with an antidote.
What is going on? Are we still... The church is up there. I just kind of point.
I ate all the berries in the wild. Never got poisoned.
Then you're really lucky.
Sorry, what were you saying, Josh?
Oh, I was answering Keldrin saying we're not in any rush.
Okay then. So, with that... so you're just keeping that on... you guys aren't doing anything else, right? You're heading straight to church?
Yeah, I just wanted to...
Unless there's any more pastries.
Take him to church!
Any more street vendors are laying around?
Yeah, is someone selling anything to wash this down with?
Unfortunately, it looks like some people have started walking out now, but they're still... the old lady is really the only person who's actively, like, going from door to door and being cheerful and happy with people. Everyone else is kind of sort of creeping around, occasionally staring at you before darting back. It's basically like being in a very, very withdrawn village. Like, you can see people going about their business, but they're staring at you from a distance and being very wary. No one seems to be selling anything.
We're right next to the tavern, right?
Yes, the tavern is just above here.
Is there any traffic going on with that?
Occasionally people come in and out of it, but it's not very active. I mean, it's basically, at this point, it's something like 9 o'clock in the morning, and really, from what you can tell, from what you can tell of the people in said tavern, they seem like the kind of people who decide that, you know what, we're just going to spend the rest of our day
day drinking. I'll take it.
Okay. And unless everyone does anything else, you guys begin to head towards the church.
I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that's moving before us. I'm extremely tense. It's kind of clutching my axe like...
I want to come up behind Keldrin anyway and sort of put a hand on her shoulder. I'm going to have to lean down, I suppose.
Keldrin, make me a perception check as you walk up. You see that the church, it seems to have a lot of people outside, but you can't make out the figures, so who knows? Maybe the church is one of the more social aspects, maybe one of the biggest places of social activity.
Maybe it's a Sunday.
People.
Yeah, I think we're just maybe we should come back later. It looks like it's about to be mass. Is that the English word?
Yes.
I thank you.
No, I think now's a good time.
Okay, now that she's brought the now that she's brought on more attention, anyone else want to make a perception check?
Yeah, like I'm standing right next to her, so as I'm talking to her, I'll have a look.
Okay.
That little trick you did, turning into a cat. How long can you do that?
Not very long. About an hour.
Okay. Sev, Maldov, you all look out into the distance of what she's talking about. You notice, in Sev, you notice that their movements are kind of odd. They don't seem to have any kind of organization and just sort of seem to be still occasionally swaying. Maldov and Crowley, with your experience, you realize that they're humanoid shape, but they're not human. Most likely, zombies.
The undead walk the streets so brazenly.
I should mention this is more a churchyard rather than the streets.
Ward carefully puts down the coffin.
What's the distance?
Let's see. Let's say for the argument, you're around here. The zombies are right here. Can you see my pins?
Yep.
Yeah, so pretty close then.
Yeah, they're easily within 600 feet. Then I'm just gonna draw my bow.
Wow, that nostalgia though.
Quick, turn it off. We'll get a
Shoot
copyright
some
strike.
zombies.
Maybe on YouTube.
And then the horrible monster. No, I'm joking.
It comes for us, like it comes
Yeah, I
for all
just draw-
Nintendo copyright IP.
Don't even speak of it, Ward. I'm gonna draw both my short swords and just keep walking.
Okay.
This looks like a job for Maldrith and Crowley instead of Mulder and Scully. We got this.
Okay.
They're like, okay,
Hey.
did I figure out yet?
Oh, I said it, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
he said the dead walk. To be precise, he said the dead walk the streets so blazingly.
Cool.
Okay, and with that, I am gonna move you to outside of the church.
Maldraff,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about undead?
They are abominations to my god and must be purged.
I like that answer.
As you can see, indeed, you march and there are all the horde of zombies just hovering around, and as soon as you start moving towards the church, they all
Black.
stare at
It's
you.
black for me. Can
I
you give me
appear to be
zoom
afflicted
out.
by
I'll
blindness.
Zoom out, guys. And
I
then
did,
you'll
it's
see
just
it.
a black.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys should be
Bottom
the
left-hand corner.
Don't forget
No,
we
it's
can
still
shift-
black.
Don't forget you can drag people with you. Oh, you have to put line of sight on people's icons. Probably.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Sorry, guys.
I see nothing but darkness before me.
Stepped into Crowley's world.
Maldraff, how dare you encroach on the Brothers Grimm? It's a
Yeah, I can
two-man
only see
team.
like 10 foot ahead.
I encroach on what I want.
Okay, so let's see, advance.
It's
Yeah,
the
you should be able to see
Brabant
5 feet.
The backing
Yeah.
music's a little loud as well, Jonah, just to give
Okay,
you more
sorry.
things to panic about.
Oh God!
But I'm still blind, I can't see.
I'm trying. Hang on. All right, turn it. All right. Kill music's turning down, and oh man, oh yeah, this is before I changed tokens. That's right. Okay, you have sight.
Hooray, I can see. It's a
I
miracle.
don't. I still
I-
don't.
I'm working on everyone.
Thanks, love.
Meanwhile, check out our merc store for
John Paul's still with us, is he?
He isn't anymore. He is now gone.
My home planet
Coward!
needs me.
I would make a remark here, but I won't.
No, he stopped at the tavern. He left us at the tavern.
yeah, he left. He's still
He
back
stayed
at
at a
the house
with
guarding. Yeah.
Arena.
Okay.
Okay.
At which point I would have probably called him a coward there as well.
Yes.
Or I just
Implied,
sat
at
there
least.
eating cheese.
He's guarding the place. Thank you very much. Gee, he's so still learning cut. But yeah, you are now outside the churchyard, and hopefully all of you can see.
Can we start a little further back? Is that a thing that's possible?
Sure, you can move if you wish.
Oh, okay, fine, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Probably
you
would
can.
not have stopped. You'd just be walking towards the nearest undead to kill it.
Okay. So with that, you guys planning to do anything, or are we going straight to a fight?
Yeah,
I
initiative,
would like
baby.
to.
We only have 5 foot sight then.
Hang on. No, I see what's going on. Okay, I'll correct that.
I can see everything. Like legitimately, I've got like full everything except for the church products I can see.
No, I can barely see 4 of us.
Yeah, I've got
Okay,
my
is
dark
that
vision
working?
on. That's probably
Yeah.
why I can see.
It's revealed.
Yeah, it's got dynamic lighting on, so you shouldn't be able to see inside the church, but yeah, I've been giving you more sight because it is technically daytime.
Oh, you can set global illumination on the page.
Oh, now I know.
Global illumination.
Does that show
Yeah.
everything inside, though?
No, that won't show what's blocked by line blocking.
Okay, then, in that case,
So, sorry, we know he's undead here. On the way up, can I get a shot off my longbow before we get into this? Or
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
that
quite
was I
far
was
back.
asking.
If
One
not,
second.
1 second over. Let's go.
Damn it. Oh, there we go. Global illumination. There we go. Okay, can you see? Oh, no, you can see to the right.
Better.
There we go. I might...
There's a lot of happy fellows about.
Yes. Okay, just don't look to the right. We're all fine. Okay, everyone roll initiative, and I'll say for the guys with longbows, you have a surprise round in that you can attack.
I mean, if it's going to be my action on my turn to draw my weapons, I'll just forego that and have my swords in hand.
Okay.
Now I get a
everyone...
fucking natural 20.
Nice.
But I'm not just fast.
Okay, so let's just edit all of these.
I guess I didn't change my name in the thingamajigs.
Ward is as fast as he's ever been. 22. You all heard me say that I put the coffin down before we got here, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I think you left it by the tavern or something. I think.
Yeah, you left it
That
down
is
in the
correct.
street behind.
It would make fighting these things a bit more difficult.
Understandably.
What? You mean you would count as a big weapon, surely?
A great weapon.
Hmm.
What's
Okay.
effective
Deals
against
grave
undead?
wounds.
Dead?
Also, I've just noticed, Crowley and Ward, you're gonna have to have a roll off to sort this out.
Straight roll, right?
Yes, straight roll.
17.
Okay,
Not
so
17.
17 is my lucky number as well.
okay, and minus the roll. Okay, they're going last.
Hooray!
Alright, so okay, so
I'm not in the turn order yet, or I can't see myself. I'm not sure.
okay, yeah, you should be third in the turn order.
Got a 17.
Yep, you've got 17. I see you.
As long as you see it, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for being with me, everyone. Okay, the first one is a surprise round for Crowley. If you want to take out a long bow attack, anyone with long range is the surprise round.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get in that.
Okay, so the first one with ranged attacks, that would be Crowley. Are you walking up first, or?
Yeah, I mean, how far am I away when I'm doing this long range attack? Sorry.
You would be about, I want to say, I'd say 60 feet, which means you could probably hit this guy here.
That's fine. Yeah, I will go for a long range shot then.
Okay. And what the? Oh, of course, I didn't have it on the loop. That's why. Okay, and if I can just find the zombies down sheet. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Out the sheet. And yeah, that's easily a hit. Roll your damage. And that is...
Crowley, your mic seems to be out again.
Better?
Yeah, that is a strong hit. You... you hurl some lightning straight towards the zombie. It arcs and makes a howling shriek, but then slowly arches back up into a standing position, smoking but still standing.
Good, good. One spark isn't enough to send you to the darkness.
Okay, Keldrin, do you have any ranged things you want to try?
Yes, I'd like to try and entangle. Which one did you aim for? Which
This
did
one
Crowley aim
here.
for? Okay, cool. Then I'm going to. It's a 20-foot radius, if I'm correct. 20-foot square. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
These guys.
Okay, those guys there. Right.
I just.
That's not a square, but whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot to increase my life from the rest, so just did that. In case anyone was wondering what I was doing on the stream.
So they have to make a strength saving throw or be restrained until the spell ends.
Okay, so that affects the two. And what's the AC on that? Oh, spell DC, Ra?
See, I think it's. Wait, hang on. 13.
13. Okay, it looks like.
They just.
Yeah, one of them is quickly tangled up. The other, by some strange instinct, just strains and almost makes it up, but not quite. They are restrained at this point.
Okay, and then swift action to turn into a direwolf.
Oh, nice.
That's cute.
Note to self.
Very scruffy looking.
No, it's like a tabby cat version of a werewolf. I like it. Werewolf, you know what I mean?
Okay. And with that, do you want to? I'm taking the. At this point, you're 60 feet back from the battlefield. Are you moving towards it as you turn into a direwolf, or?
It's a swift action, so I'll take my move action to get there.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. In my one, could I also drop my longbow and just walk forward as well?
Okay.
Oh, sweet! 50-foot speed! Yes!
Yeah, you fast as hell.
Okay. Next up with rage would be Seth.
Yep. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on one of the zombies.
Righto. Which one are you going for? Okay, awesome.
Then I'm gonna use my sharpshooter attack and try and take him out.
Okay. Is that 2 attacks or with advantage? Sorry.
I have advantage on the first turn of combat.
Okay, yeah.
Before
okay.
they move.
Either way, strong hit. You may roll your damage.
Yep, just bear with me just a second.
Sorry. Oh, wow. The zombie, you see your mark, you hit it straight in the head. The zombie arches his back with a horrible shriek, and... One moment. I need to turn the advantage off, and it's... You think it's a very clean shot. You've seen it take down many a human multiple times, but you're not dealing with a human. Somehow it lurches back up, arrow still in its head and looking very, very angry.
Damn things won't stay down.
That's the problem with the undead.
Mm-hmm.
They need reminding every now and then.
Alright, just editing this HP, hang on. Okay, and that would lead to Beldaf. Would that be do you have any ranged attacks you want to try, or?
I've got my spells and stuff.
Okay, if you want to, take a shot.
Yeah, I'll do my chill touch on this one.
That is indeed a hit. Roll your damage.
There we go.
And now, if I just look at all of it, you use your magical death-like hand to shoot forward and plant a touch right next to where the arrow was, almost pushing it in with one finger. And then let's see. And if I can now roll the... And yet, yeah, somehow the zombie is still ticking. It's very angry about it.
Seems like a challenge to me.
Okay, and it would be the zombies' turn, but this is still a surprise round. So, back to the top of the round. I'm assuming the close range fighters are now in the area at this point. So, Ward, you're up.
Yeah, Ward goes to that dark place and starts to see red, and when the exterior comes back into vision, he's become enraged. So that's my bonus action. I'll move towards that one that's taken all the beatings, and I will swing my silver greatsword at his throat.
Righto.
That's what I get for not attacking recklessly. And typing T's in the chat.
Surprise! Yeah, I'm doing the same with the sheet. You swing, and the zombie shakes out the way, and you think you missed it, but it then, due to its erratic movements, it then suddenly comes back, and you manage to give it a scrape across the face. You may roll your damage.
Really? That's a hit?
Yeah, they have very low AC. You just made it.
I'll take it.
Okay, the sword comes in, making another gash, and
hitting on 2. That's enjoyable.
Oh my god, it is still going.
Why won't you die?
Okay, and with that, Crowley, you are up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk to flank the one that Ward's attacking. And yeah, I'm gonna attack him once and see what happens. And then I'll attack him my second attack if nothing else happens.
Okay. That's the damage of the... Oh, there you go. Yeah, you... you take a slice with your sword and slash it again across the chest, and now... With the zombie turns round and snarls at you, and for a moment you're feeling a bit of frustration before it finally falls to pieces and lies in just dead again in front of you.
The key is to kill them, and with that I'll move to one behind me and attack that one.
Okay. You do manage to land a hit with another lightning-covered sword. You may, since you've rolled the damage, it is.
This is the one I shot first of all, as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's once again it smokes, and you can see bits of it fly off as you slash at it, but it still looks at you with a snarling face.
It's got a lot of life.
Okay, and I believe that it's your turn. So, Keldrin, you're up.
All right, I'm going to bound. Whoop.
Ron tool.
I think you pushed off push to talk.
Select move. Ahem. I know technology. I'm gonna move up to this guy here. And I'm going to bite him with advantage because I'm a wolf.
Nice. Plus also your flank. That is definitely a hit. You may roll damage.
Direwolf's got good attack as well.
And he needs to make.
You
Woo!
instantly just rip its head off. It has no chance to restore itself or anything like that. You rip its head off and then stamp on it with your paws, making sure that, yep, it's dead. It is definitely dead.
Crowley smiles beneath the mask. Yeah, that's better.
In the background, Ward, who's raging, takes a moment to pause and thought and looks down at his greatsword, and then looks up at the bloody mess, and then looks down with sorrow at his greatsword.
Okay. Can you do any other actions, or is that an end of your turn?
I think that's it. One attack.
Okie doke then. So, I had a roll on a little bit last time. The person next up is Maldaf. You're up.
I'll throw another chill touch at a zombie.
Okay.
Another one.
Alright, so. That is definitely a hit. You throw yet another spectral hand straight at its face. And you apply the freezing touch for it, and the zombie kind of just makes a shriek as it tries to go "Rah! Rah!" and continues fighting your grip.
That'll do me, I reckon. I'm quite happy to stand, like, behind everyone else.
Okay, Seth, you're up.
I'm going to move my hunter's mark over to this one here.
Right, so.
And then same as last time.
Okay, shooting with the bow. Sharpshooter as well?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely a hit. Once again, you aim straight for the head and with no hesitation pierce straight through it. And this time, the zombie goes straight down.
And yeah, I might move a little.
Okay.
That's me done.
Okay. And with that, it is the zombie's turn. This one lumbers slowly up to the wolf in front of it, goes, and makes a charge straight towards you, and it's going to attack. I really need to learn how to. It turns off the advantage. Okay, what's your AC?
14.
Okay, I'll take the first roll. That you, a direwolf. You have bestial reflexes. This zombie really isn't that fast or dexterous, so it kind of just sort of, it doesn't really attack so much as it just tries to throw its entire body at you, and you very easily jump out of the way. And these two zombies here are gonna try and make a strength saving throw to get out of that.
Yep, DC 13, I think. Yep.
One of them will say this one here, whether continues its frantic swaying until finally it snaps free with a roar.
It's still difficult terrain for it.
Yeah, so it's only got half movement, and I don't think that movement's very high anyway. Let's check. Yes, so it barely manages to crawl out of the difficult terrain beyond the edge of the entangled trees and vines. This one, however, is still stuck, still trying to wiggle its way out and failing miserably. Okay, and that ends the zombie's turn. Although you think you can hear some shuffling going on in the distance, you're not 100% sure. Okay, and with that, Ward, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
Recklessly this time.
Righto.
Sorry, not recklessly. That's really silly because 2 hit last time.
You save until you roll a 1.
I deserved a 1 there, but that's fine. Okay.
Roll your damage. You make a good strong hit right into its face with the great sword. It it still takes it. It's kind of even with your sword still embedded in its face, it still looks at you with menacing eyes and goes. Rah! Rah!
Yeah, Ward is just a little perplexed. He's used to dropping things, but he should have taken a feat to reroll 1s and 2s, so that's fine.
Fair enough.
That's him done.
It's a fighting style, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And next up is Crowley.
Crowley sort of stalks his way over there behind it. And he just, 2 attacks.
Right up. Okay, you come around behind with a good strong hit to its back. Lightning once again circles around your blade, and it scorches the wound, but the zombie still keeps going. It's still slowly pulling itself up to ready another slam. Oh, you attacking again?
Yeah, I got 2 attacks.
Ah, yeah, sorry. You hit it again, this time with another sword straight to its back, and that is, let's see. It's another powerful hit, and it's definitely flinching, just barely holding together, but it's still standing and rearing up for another strike.
Yep, that's fine with me. That's me done.
Okay, Keldrin, you're up.
Alright.
Is it not me next? Sorry.
No, it's Keldrin.
Oh yeah,
and then it's you
she's not on the list. Sorry. My mistake.
Sorry.
No, I'm still figuring out how to use this initiative turn order thing. Okay.
Seriously.
Well, it hits either way. And with no problem at all, you you go for a bite attack straight into its face once more, since it worked last time.
Come on, double 1 again. Good enough.
And it doesn't. And once again, it works. You just bite, stab, 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 and it falls and does not get back up.
Snap its neck.
I much prefer this you to the timid you.
And now, Maldaf, it's your turn.
I think I'll throw a secret flame over there onto the one that's broken free.
Righto. That would be this one here.
Indeed.
And I have to make a dex save now.
Ooh, I'm gonna drop concentration on the entangle. Sorry.
That's right.
Too late.
I've not rolled, so you can go if you want.
Indeed, yes. Okay, what's your spell DC?
13.
Sorry. Spell DC for
Oh, sorry.
Maldaf, sorry.
I'm gone. I'm not here.
I'm not sure if I can check it without rolling this dice. Hold on. Did it? Oh man, where am I going to see this on my character sheet?
I believe it should be. It's something like 8 plus your wisdom modifier, I want to say,
Plus
and your proficiency.
Well, I can tell you my wisdom modifier is 4.
So
Okay.
14.
Yeah, 14. And they do not... That means it takes full damage, so yeah, roll your damage.
For some reason it's not rolling. I don't know why.
Okay, so it's just a D8, I believe, or...
Yeah, 1d8. I'll just roll it normally.
Okay.
I saw the T-slaving action off screen.
Right, I can't even... Where the hell's the dice roll?
Work for
That's
your
over there.
keep.
Just straight d8, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, D8 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is 4, I believe.
Oh, plus 4 to that then. 10.
Okay. You focus on the zombie that is at the moment wrestling with Ward, and you tap into the holy power and it starts setting the flame. The zombie shrieks as it continues to burn, but still just about standing. It's a black smoldering mess and it has a sword in its face, but it's still going somehow.
That'll do me.
Alrighty, and with that, Seth, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna move my mark over here
Go for it.
and go for a sharpshooter shot.
Fuck him up!
Nice.
That'll do.
Okay, roll your damage.
Is that double damage, yeah?
I believe so, yeah. Yes, it is. We'll go with that.
We're doing double damage or double dice.
Double dice, I believe.
Yeah,
Everybody
double
does
dice
it
is what we
differently.
did last time, so yeah, that makes sense.
Let's all pick a different way.
Alright, we'll say from now it's double dice, because I believe we did that last time and let's
Yeah,
make
it
it
looks
consistent.
cooler as well.
Okay. And with that, you take an arrow. This time, once again, you train for it. You pull out just a little energy, and then your arrow goes into its head and out the other side. And the zombie just... It stands there still for an instant. And then falls over dead.
Yet another falls.
Okay.
And another one gone. Just not gonna keep going because copyrights.
Mhm.
I'm just waiting for the tea slave to come back and you'd be like, no, I said 2 sugars.
Babe, you're the tea slave now.
Ah.
What is this, dishwater? You offend me.
Okay. And with that, it is the zombie's turn, and this smoldering mess is gonna try and take a swipe at you. And where is... Oh, bloody hell. Don't know why my character sheet suddenly disappeared, but there we be, folks.
And another one's gone.
Is there
Yeah,
not a
it's so
button on
unlucky.
the character sheet for the roll for advantage?
I need to tell
There
you,
is.
but yeah.
We'll sort it out next time.
Yeah, 22, I presume that's a hit.
Let me check my AC. 22. Yeah.
Just.
The zombie flails and tries to just manages to smack you with its arm. You take onto this 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Do I make a Constitution save?
No, the zombie's not really biting you. It's just kind of slamming its body on you.
You're a
Don't
kinder
forget you're
DM
raging
than I.
as well. You are raging, so it's half as well.
Correct. 2 points.
Yep. So, with the and as it's shuffling around trying to hit you, the shuffling gets louder, and you suddenly realise that from the back of the church, 2 more figures are starting to emerge. And here they are. Two more zombies lurch into view, slowly menacing, giving the slowly marching on with a sinister.
More mulch for the earth.
Okay, and with that, Ward, you're up.
Yeah, good. I'll be disappointed if there wasn't more killing. And I attack recklessly on this one because I'm starting to get outdone. So
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
Starting would imply that it's not always.
That is another hit. This time, you're kind of getting frustrated that it's taking you this long to kill one zombie. They're all being torn apart around you. So you just kind of throw everything you have into it. And
14.
Mm-hmm. It is somehow still going on 1 hit point. You bury your blade through most of his body, but you can't quite tear it in two. Something's got your blade stuck before you can cleave it down its midsection, and it looks at you with a very angry.
I'm starting to think they stiffed me with this silver greatsword. I'll be better off with my ball.
Let's keep him and add him to the party. Let's name him Dave, make him our pet.
That's me.
These dream pastries must be terribly poisonous.
Alright, Crowley, you're up.
I'm hesitant to attack anything now. I'm going to walk up and attack this one.
Go ahead.
I will slowly walk around it whilst dragging my sword across it, and then I'll make 2 attacks.
It kind of just sort of stares at you like you're holding a flame in front of its face. And it barely has any time to react before you very swiftly move your sword and slice it across its section, following it up with another strike. Okay, so that's...
Yeah, I can do lots of damage too.
You slash and slash with complete fury, and you're thinking to yourself, I've got to take it down, I gotta take it down.
Oh no, no, keep standing, let me cut you more.
But it stares at you. And just lets out a slow. And with that, Keldrin, you're up.
Nom 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 nom.
Okay. I have 50 feet, so I should be able to get over here.
Yeah, it's... Oh, nice.
No, it's gonna kill me.
Gonna fucking chow down on this dude.
Okay.
On the one that just came up.
Oh, right.
Right.
I couldn't see because I moved out of range. I thought you were trying to steal Ward's kill. I can just imagine it.
Yeah, that's a good hit. Roll your damage.
They might live, but you won't.
Aw, there goes my luck.
You reach forward and try to bite its head like you've done so many times before, but it slanches to the side and you just take a chunk out of its shoulder instead. Okay, and with that, Maldaf, you're up.
I think I'll try and fire another Sacred Flame at the one at Ward's dealing with.
Go ahead. Actually, you know what? I have to go ahead for a deck save.
Oh, I'm just gonna, Crowley can't... Oh, actually, I can still see Ward, so Crowley's just gonna be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
And it succeeds on that dexterity save, so half damage, although it's academic at this point. So, I won't have you bother roll damage sometimes because it's on 1 HP. However... Actually, no, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, you do need to roll a... Actually, no, never mind. You see it flailing around, continuously trying to bat and ward. It's almost gone. You decide that enough is enough, and once again, you focus on your holy power, wishing for it to finally meet the fate it was supposed to have. You set it on fire and it burns to a crisp. And Ward, you kind of look on in frustration as the zombie just sort of burns to ash around your sword. And with that, it's
still got
Seska.
one over here.
I'm gonna place my mark on the one over here.
Okay.
And yeah, repeat to fade.
Okay.
No.
You've been hyper-focused, you've been staring at it. However, the line of sight's a bit cluttered this time. You've got Ward of his sword and the zombie that's burning around him. You've got the direwolf that's leaping towards him. Then some of them causes you to hesitate, and the arrow shoots over his head this time. Anything else, or is that end your turn?
No, I'm just going to move a little bit and I'm done.
Okay. And with that, it is the zombie's turn. First, this one takes a swipe at Crowley.
17 my SC.
And you just very calmly, very casually step aside, and it just sort of slams into the ground and then pulls itself back up.
No, try harder.
And the same is gonna happen now to Keldrin.
I think Direwolf like just bags HP anyway, though. So.
This one does make a hit. It's as you're sort of biting into its shoulder and taking it out, it rears up and kind of throws you almost to the ground. You manage to get back up, but you still take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Gotcha.
And that ends their turn. Ward, you're up.
Press your button down, bud. Got no audio from you, Ward.
Oh, that's because I pressed mute on my microphone when I was drinking tea. Ward calmly plants, I say calmly, still raging, angrily plants his great sword into the ground. He sees what the issue is as he walks up behind the zombie. And right at the back of his neck, he takes a bite.
Okay, I guess we'll call that an unarmed strike.
Yeah, I won't get proficiency.
Okay, take a roll.
Is this reckless?
I'll get flanking, right?
Yes, you will get flanking.
Just so I'm clear, how do zombies work in D&D? I mean, if he takes a chunk out of him, is he going to get infected or anything? What are the rules on zombies here?
We don't know.
Rules.
The DM will let us know.
Indeed.
That's 20.
Yeah, you just stomp up and decide, you know what, the wolf can do it, I can. You lean forward and bite down.
So I imagine that's 1 point of damage, but plus 7, because 5 for my strength and 2 for my raging, so 8 damage.
Yes, so 8 damage. You then take a chunk out of its shoulder. It's honestly, the funny thing is, it really doesn't take. The funny thing is, it really doesn't taste that good. In fact, you're trying to decide which is worse, this or the dream pastries.
I ponder that for a
dream
moment.
pastry is comparable to dead flesh. That's horrendous.
No wonder no one's opening the door to her.
I know.
And with that, Crowley, you're up.
Yeah, 2 attacks. Well, 1, see if it dies. 2, see if it dies.
Okay, you take a good strong swing at it, hoping to finish this as it rears back up, and
I'm bored of you.
Let's see, which is the first one? Yeah, I got on this for the first one. The zombie this time just falls to bits in front of you. It doesn't have enough unnatural magic left to keep it together.
Oh yeah, I will cut it in twain and just walk through the falling body.
Nice.
Right.
You just calmly walk around. You just calmly walk through as the bits rain all around you. And with that, Keldrin, you're up. That is enough to hit it. Roll your damage.
Wow, damn.
You leap forward, deciding to almost follow Ward's example and the tried and true tactic of biting its head off.
No,
And
I'm going for the groin.
Oh, gross.
you decide to, see this, you think, oh, Ward's gone up. Ward's taking the head.
It. He's
I'll
got
go
it.
for the
Let's tear it apart, yo.
That's where you were going wrong, Ward. You bite in the wrong places.
And with that, oh wait, hand on. And somehow it's still going. It's being bitten in two directions, but it's still handing on for dear life.
Let's tear it apart.
For some reason.
Let's fucking draw and quarter this bitch.
Okay.
I
And
probably
on
walked
that
around the
note,
corner to see two people hanging off this one zombie, one high, one low, like, the fuck?
and as you're staring at this strange sight, Maldaf, you're up.
I don't have chill touch in front of me, so I'm not entirely sure on what the wording is for the spell. But if I cast it, I know that it summons a skeletal hand. Can I try and get it so it tries to pull its head off, like puts its fingers into its mouth and tries to pull it off? Just a bit of
Fingers
flavor.
into the mouth, like we're getting real kinky here.
Yeah, I think it's more than it.
It's the touch, I know, but just to add to the flavor of what's happening right now.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, go ahead, Megan, raise to tackle it. Okay, you see the perfect opportunity and shoot through your hand straight out. The hand clasps over the zombie's face and actually, you place it on its neck, and the zombie, the chill touch begins to slowly freeze everything around it, and then, as it cools down, the neck becomes weaker and snaps off, and then for a brief moment, almost like Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat, the chill touch lifts the zombie's head high into the sky to hold it like some kind of grim trophy before eventually the spell disappears and it falls back down to the ground before shattering.
Huzzah!
Nice.
And with that, all of the zombies are dead. The
Probably
churchyard
looks-
falls quiet once more.
He looks silently at Ward. See what happens here.
Ward looks back and kind of shrugs and then digs in.
You're still unsure as to whether or not this tastes better or worse than the dream pastries.
I spit my bits out.
I think they were his bits, but
The fruit and two veg. It's out of my mouth now.
I'm gonna pick up my longbow before I forget.
Crowley, we should probably dispose of these corpses in fire.
I could not agree more.
Ward does pick his sword back up.
I get my teeth into one of them and start pulling it towards the other corpses into like a pile.
Oh look, you've decided to join us.
Yeah, at this point, Ismark comes up dragging the coffin dragging the coffin along before finally stopping and going, sorry, I was trying to get there as fast as I could. Are you alright?
Yes.
Ward,
Yes, I feel alive.
Ward steps up and pulls a bit of arm out of his teeth. Yeah!
I see. Well, it's good to see you have some skill at least.
Yes, I gotta say, I was a little doubtful about the rest of their abilities, but I am impressed.
Are you planning to do something about the dire wolf?
That's our pet.
Oh my
Fluffy.
god! Ward picks up the arm again and throws it! No? Okay, worth a shot.
I'm still dragging the entire zombie like onto a pile with the others. Like that's my thing right now.
Ismark stares at us, goes, interesting pets. Although I see your dwarf companion is not among you. Is she alive?
I walk up to him and kind of sniff his face.
I feel like she was too pure for this world.
I see. A tragedy.
I had to kill her.
No,
Yes.
but what did you really think? Now she's not here.
Honestly, she was very timid, and I had my doubts she could hold her own in a fight, but perhaps.
Crowley laughs for like the second time in his life.
I'm sure that those last mean that I was wrong, and I'm sure she fought bravely till the end.
No.
I walk up to him and kind of like nuzzle.
He strokes his head. I'm
Oh, you let go
sure
of the
that your
button.
master was fine. I'm sure your master is at peace now. I hope.
It's
This proud beast has no master.
it's as if she's still with us.
Quite. Wow, you guys are... Perhaps you'll survive in Barovia after all with this dark humor.
I'll bound around the group and then go and drag one of some more zombies into a pile together.
I assume they won't mind us lighting a pyre here for these deceased.
No, I suppose not. It would be the safest option. Honestly, I would normally ask we could maybe ask the priest if he would have any preferred burial spots for their ashes once we get inside.
I'm sure if they've got any problems, they can come out and tell us.
You're a priest, aren't you, Maldra?
I'm a cleric. What's the difference?
Or I find clerics are a lot more survivable. You know what I mean by that in all the interesting senses. I can't stand priests driveling on about gods and protection.
I tend to be a lot more practical.
I've noticed.
Now that things have calmed down, you finally get to have a look at the building itself. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries, and it has worn away in many bits and places. The bell tower, however, still rises up towards the sky, and the flickering light shines through the holes in the shin's roof. So someone is still alive, although the rafters are although the rafters are kind of strained. It looks like it hasn't been tended to for some time. And you also notice that the heavy wooden doors are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire, although, given the zombies, you kind of suspect what's going on.
You know this Strahd guy must either be really lazy or not as powerful as he seems to let on. If he wants this place destroyed, I feel like it should have been destroyed years ago.
Ismark sighs. Strahd, he likes to play the end game.
Yeah,
He could
noticeable.
quickly destroy you, but no, he prefers to drag it out. If he felt, I feel that he probably could have taken Irina twice over, and he actually did get dangerously close twice. Irina still bears the scars of his bite wounds on her neck. She hasn't been turned yet, but the vampire has taken parts of her memory. That's why she's anxious.
Huh, that's interesting. I feel that would have been prudent information last night.
I'm sorry, we were all emotional, and I was still getting used to your quirks.
Oh, you've not
Besides,
seen
what's the
those
game
yet.
without the players? If
Well,
he's
quite.
if he's keeping you around, it's for his pleasure, not anything else. I feel.
Well, let's not make it easy for him. Should we get inside?
Okay. As you step inside,
Sorry, did Keldra manage to get all the bodies in one big pile?
I think it was a collective effort between the three of us, wasn't it?
yeah, you very quickly and easily move it around. I mean, Keldrin's doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but the rest of you can very easily gather them all into the pile. Like, the zombies weren't really heavy people. They were mostly, well, literally skin and bones for the most part, but...
Yeah, I'm just gonna spark it with my tinder and sort of just let it burn by the wayside.
Okay.
I watched for a second, and then I bound off and grabbed the arm that ward through, and return and kind of like.
I knew it! Yes! Ward adds
Is there
Ward adds the arm to his inventory.
Is there any rite or ritual I can perform as a gesture for these zombies are previously people?
You can, you can essentially burn them and wish that their souls find peace in the fate that they were supposed to have was ripped from them by dark forces.
Okay, I'll settle for a quick prayer then, I guess.
Okay. So
how many arrows would I be able to get back? Like half, or?
You can pretty much get it out of. You can get it out of pretty much all of them. The only there's only two you won't be able to get back. One because it's shot over the zombie's head and out of sight. The other one, it went through a zombie's head and out of sight. The others are still right in the heads of the zombies you shot.
Seth,
Yeah.
I noticed that you're exceptionally deadly with that bow of yours. If you ever need some more arrows, I've got 19 of these silvered arrows right here.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I run low.
Okay.
Ward goes up to the pyre. Is anyone else there? He would prefer not so, really. But he'll say it anyway.
Who are you saying this to?
To the pyre, to the lighted corpses.
Yeah, if it's in goodly in flames now, if it's caught properly, Crowley's just gonna head inside.
Okay, yeah. Ward's just gonna pretty much talk to himself anyway. If people are around, that's fine. He doesn't really care.
Okay.
I always favoured cord over Pella, but if the light of Pella can shine through, and the Sun Father's hand finds you, then so be it. Rest in peace. And with that, he kind of splutters his words and begrudgingly enters the church.
Okay, so I will move. I can move you all inside the church if you wish.
Yes,
Are we
Okay.
taking the remains of what's his face as well?
Ward, you pick up the coffin again.
He will, yes.
Okay, so Ward takes off the coffin and carries it inside. All of you follow him. Oh, that's why I've got this turn order thing up. Okay, that's strange. I can't seem to move you guys. I don't know why.
You've probably got line blocking on.
That's probably why. Okay, so yeah, the inside of the church is here.
Yeah, you should be able to pull us in.
No, it's for some reason I can't move your tokens.
Okay, we can move ourselves in,
I
that's
moved
fine.
him.
Yeah. So yeah, as you step inside the church, the doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, leads to the adjacent chambers. You see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
Yep, out come the short swords.
Any of you want to make a perception check?
Oh yeah.
I think I've got this.
Yeah, definitely.
Advantage.
Ah, yes, you're werewolves.
I think yours
No, not
isn't,
werewolf.
isn't it only scent based
Hang on.
advantage?
Rely on hearing or smell.
Yeah.
Sorry, mine should be 14. I added +2 instead of +4. But that's still pretty
Fair
bad.
enough. Okay, Maldaf, you think it's coming from somewhere behind you. Crowley, you instantly pinpoint it to the room to your southwest, around here. Keldrin, you instantly pick up that it's not only from that direction, but it's coming from straight down below, as if someone's shouting through the floor in a chamber underneath.
Point. I'll point.
Yeah. Crowley sees that and's like, yeah, I heard it too, let's go. And he's just heads round.
Okey-doke.
The priest.
What is it, go?
Came from downstairs this way.
Little Jimmy's trapped down the well.
That's where I was going, Pam, thanks.
Okay, I should also mention, since you, Ord and Maldath are already approaching forward, you get a good look at the inside of the chapel, and it is mainly the shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles are mounted in the candlesticks. This is where most of the light is coming from. It seems like someone was desperate to fill this room with as much light as possible. And next to him, at the very end of the altar, you see a priest in very ragged-looking robes just sitting there continuously praying to himself.
Yeah, I ignore him and head through that door you said.
Okie doke then.
I can't see it on the map. Where is it, sorry?
Right here, this ping. This ping right here.
Oh, right, yeah, I see. If I zoom in closer, those are doors, yeah. There's 4 doors there, is that correct?
Yeah, there are 4 doors there. So,
I didn't see the ping, so which door?
If you go down here, and it's through here.
Where Seth is.
I can't see anything. Could you just move me there?
Actually, sorry. Okay, if I give you this ruler, it's down here.
No, I've got it now, sorry.
And in here. Can you see my ruler?
I think I've just moved myself in there.
No, that's the wrong room.
I think we can't see your ruler because line blocking.
Oh,
yeah, I can't see anything you're doing, dude.
Okay. Down.
Technology.
Oh, man. Okay, can you see this ping?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, Crowley, you're outside the door now.
Oh, okay. There we
go.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bit confusing. I really needed to have sorted this out. Okay.
That's alright. I'll have a look around. Is that a trap door?
It is indeed, yes.
An old lock on
it? Okay, there's an old escalator against the south wall. The old actually, no, wait, that's the wrong room. Never mind. Okay. Time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this mouldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles and puddles of water. In one corner, set in the floor, a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. The young man's screams of anguish can be heard from beneath, and you now the cry suddenly yell up again, and you hear from underneath, "Father, I'm starving!"
I think we know what this is, Crowley.
Yes, this seems familiar. Do you want to crack that lock?
Well, I mean, it can't get in unless we invite it, right?
Yeah, that's the way vampires seem to be working so far.
Yeah.
I'm still on the outside in the hall because I'm a large creature right now. I don't want to take up the room inside.
Fair enough.
Ward will attempt to break that lock. He's out of rage now, so it's just a regular strike.
Alright, go ahead and make a strength check. That is just enough. You strain against it, and then finally the old wood and the rusty chains just give in and snap open.
Both short swords out. If anything pops up at all,
slowly open it up.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on the priest while they do that.
I was going to say, can I approach the priest?
Yes, you can. He is just up here.
One hand on the trapdoor, the other hand on my blade. Actually, it's a two-handed blade, so that's not going to happen. Well, one hand ready to punch it in the face.
Okay, you open the trapdoor and nothing. You hear a surprise, but nothing beyond that.
I look down. How far down does it go?
It goes into a separate room, and I'm just going to try something in a second. Hang on. Yeah, it says I should be able to move it, but what gives? So I'm just trying to figure out why it's not letting me move the. Just trying to figure out why it's not letting me move the tokens in this place now.
On the page.
Oh, I'm
settings.
an idiot. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, there we go. So
you're on the GM layer, are you?
Yeah, I was. Okay, so.
Could you shift click to ping me there?
Okay, so I'll just have to hold shift and click.
And me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
Okay, you come over to a dark basement. If I could just get the description back up, I'll move you across as well in a second, Josh.
Yeah,
before I go over, I will say to Keldrin, who was, I believe, just outside the door.
Yeah, she's outside the door guarding it.
I think we've got what sounds like a vampire downstairs?
I'll move in the
course, it
room.
Could be the priest has got some sort of dodgy slave.
We shall find out.
Go ahead.
Sorry. You find that the church is under Crawford's rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above the stretch through the crowds gives you a glimpse of a gaunt shape at the far corner, shivering and watching you in the darkness with this very, very intense stance. It stares at you and seems to be just hiding behind the pillar, just waiting to see what you do.
Can we shift to Maldrath just for a second so he can talk to the priest while this is going on?
Yep, I'm just gonna shift Crowley over there and then we'll move back to the priest.
As you correctly assumed, I did go down.
Okay. Meanwhile, Maldrath, you approach the priest. Are you gonna say anything to him, or what are you doing?
Yeah, just ask him what's going on here.
The priest is deep in prayer, and he then looks up at you, and then he goes, "Oh, forgive me, I didn't see you come in. Yes. How can I help you, stranger?"
I'm curious to know what's going on. We heard some commotion from outside.
Yes, forgive me. My name is Father Donovich. I've just been here praying to the gods for help. Is there anything else I can help you with?
We heard some noises. Are you okay?
It's fine. It's my son, he gets upset. I wouldn't look into it if I were you. I'm sorry, this is not a good time. Unless it's pressing, I would have to ask you to move.
Nice. Can I let's see what I've got here in my little bag of tricks.
Okay.
Can I persuade him to be a little bit more forthright?
Sure. Go ahead and I'll make a persuasion roll. Let's see. Is that a? Oh wow, very good. The priest looks at you for a second and then says, "Well, given your holy man yourself, you might know. My son, he's been cursed. He's not human anymore. I can't even better say it. Do you know of any way to remove curses? I just want my son back. I want him to be normal."
I mean, I can have a look. What curse do you think he's been afflicted by?
He bites his lip and swallows hard, as if he's afraid of what he's about to say. It's something he doesn't really want to say or admit, and then just goes, "Vampirism."
I won't promise anything, but all I can say is that I'll look into it.
Okay, hey, just be careful, alright? He's very uneasy. He's very, very uneasy. He hasn't eaten anything for, well, ever since he's been here.
How long has he been here?
It was just over a year ago. A wandering mage came to our village. He was trying to start an uprising, wanted to get as many Bavarian citizens as he could to be an army. My son Doru, he wanted to free us all from Strahd, and he went, but the mage died in the assault, and Doru came back like this.
So he's been trapped under this floor for a year, you say?
I didn't know what else to do with him. I couldn't bring myself to kill him, and yet I couldn't let him onto the world, not like he is. I mean, the screams are unbearable, but It has to be better, right? I can't let him feast on the blood of innocents.
How have you been sustaining him?
I haven't. He's... That's why he's screaming. He's desperate for anything, but the unholy magic's keeping him alive. I used to try throwing him some meats down there, like a few cowhides, but he's not eating that. He only wants the blood.
I will, thank you for your time. I shall, just be right back.
Be careful, don't hurt him.
Die!
I was going to make my way to my companions with this information.
Meanwhile, in the basement...
Oh god.
How do I even get to the basement?
I believe I can move you around here now. So yeah, you're down here, and I will move you across for a second once Ward and Crowley have decided what they're doing and get out the way.
Abomination. It seems like we found our mark, Ward.
Well, just a question. Would they have been able to hear any of that through the floor?
No. The priest has a kind of soft-spoken voice and he's shy because he doesn't want anyone to hear him. The vampire has no such qualms. It's screaming bloody murder.
So all the time we had that conversation, all we could hear was like, ah!
Basically, yeah.
Great.
Okay, so, Ward, Crowley, what are you doing while this is going on?
Whoa, so much echo.
Ward, you're either not pressing your thing or you've muted yourself again. Also, someone's got their mic left on, so it's echoing.
Testing?
Testing.
Better.
Yay! Echo gone.
Ah, right. Ward's gone, so, Crowley, you're up.
Ah, I muted my mic again. Apologies.
Right.
Apologies.
What did you say in answer to my question?
I said, apparently, as they say in Elven, Alonzi!
Let's go talk to our new friend, shall we?
Nice.
Okay, so you make your way down the stairs, and the figure hunched in the corner, it's sitting there, like, slowly hyperventilating, like, it's like he's torn, because he can clearly see, like, he's not stupid. A big, hulking, monstrous figure and a man in a terrifying mask. He knows that this is a intimidating threat, but he kind of goes, I can smell your blood. I can smell your blood.
Oh, that's not
Who are
my
you?
blood.
Who are you?
Who are we?
At this point, he then turns to the rafters and goes, Father! Where are you?
Oh,
And at this
Bro.
point, I am moving Maldaf into the basement.
Oh man, what a situation.
Oh my god, you guys! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay.
Who are we, you asked? Why? We're the Brothers Grimm.
We've come to take you.
You're
Okay.
suffering, boy. Let us cure you.
It's
Oh,
what
man.
we do.
Okay. I think everyone will roll initiative at this point, unless Maldaf has something he wants to shout out.
I was just going to say, Maldrith is fairly conflicted now, because obviously he's a vampire, so needs to be, removed from this earth. But, I mean, maybe there's a little bit more of a diplomatic way we could go about it. I don't know. I'm just trying to articulate what Oh, man.
Oh.
Good.
Let
I
our
suppose if I
brains
just
talk.
jump in and be like, wait! If that'll make any difference to anything.
Okay.
Crowley at least will turn his head for a minute.
There'll be plenty left for you to pray to Maldrith when we're done with it.
This
Oh,
thing
man.
is an undead abomination.
Okay, so, I thought this turn order thing would update. It hasn't, so let's, I'm first going to make a roll for Doru. If I can just find his sheet.
He's still got an impressive amount of control, so...
Mm.
Considering he's not been fed in a year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe the not being fed gave him the control. Maybe that's the whole thing.
Okay, so right, still trying to learn Roll20 system. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem.
Aren't we all?
Right, so that is Doru's 12.
I'm not on the turn order again. Is my token just resistant?
No, I can see your token there. Hang on.
Because you're not clicking the initiative thing on your character sheet.
Hang on. It's because I'm not working with my Roll20 character sheet, so...
Well, everyone got to hear my headset bounce around the floor when I managed to mute it when I came back, and not before I left.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, there you are. Okay. You know, this thing would really be nice if it updated. There we go. Okay, top of the round. Crowley, you're up.
Right, I will hold my action. If it attacks me, I will attack it. If it attacks Ward, I will get ready to attack it.
Okay.
I was just about to do the same thing.
And I will turn to Maldrath and be like, what reason do I have not to slay this vampire?
Am I allowed to talk, or do I have to wait for...
No, you can talk. It's a free action.
Oh, okay.
Just no long sentence it is. Like, you have about... Just keep in mind that it's like a very short action, like about 6 seconds. You can't go into a monologue.
It's like 20 words, I think they say in the thing.
So no long speeches then. Oh, man. I suppose I'll just be like, he's been down here for a year. He's not fed in all that time.
Yes, because he's been down here, locked up.
He'll never feed again! We'll kill him! Stop talking and get killing!
He still has an amazing amount of control.
Let's give it a few seconds to see how well that control holds.
Okay, and you two are holding your actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I want to move if I get to... Where am I? I'm at 18 on the order.
Yes.
So I want to move, to...
Okay, yeah, so
to
actions,
there,
so move
and then
there.
hold to
I'm
attack.
so glad you moved there.
Yep.
Okay. With that, Doru, he's paying attention to all this. He's looking at you one to the other, kind of wide, panicking, almost Gollum-esque. He goes, and then...
Okay. Ward will actually, with his sharp claws, he will cut his own torso in front of him.
I was going to do that. Well done.
We think so alike, Crowley.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Doru looks at this in just shock and fear, and then I'm just checking something on his sheet.
Maldrath, close that door.
He...
Not before I come in, please.
He, with like fear, just bolts it down here and then just dashes straight across the door and then just halts when he realizes someone else is there. He's just sort of panicking, going... And that ends his turn. He's just standing there, hyperventilating, barely controlling himself. And also at this point, you can, Seth and Keldrin, you notice that the priest is, charging down the, alley to the onto you going, what is it? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Something in the basement.
That's my son! Stop! And that ends everyone on his turn, so Maldrath, you're up.
Why does my character have to have, like, ethics and a conscience and stuff? Oh, man.
You know this is right, Maldrath. You know it needs to die.
What do you think your god would do?
That's a good question. They're all valid points. I would like to quickly try and persuade. What's his name? Doru.
Doru. Yeah.
I'd like to try and persuade Doru just to sit down and just calm down and just everyone relax.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
I like to imagine Crowley and Water exceptionally.
Doru, Doru relaxes a little bit. He backs up slowly, and then looks back towards you, and then just backs up around here, and then just sort of kind of clutches his head, going. Like, he calms down a bit, but it's clear that he's still on edge, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Would I be able to move a little bit down so I don't get knocked down the stairs when the priest barges down?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be embarrassing to die that way.
Actually, can I just block the priest's way with just my direwolf bulk and stand over the trapdoor?
Yeah, you can. You stand in front of her. The priest comes down and then just flinches when he sees the massive hulking wolf in the room. He then, I guess at this point he also turns to Sarah and goes, "Stop them, please! It's my son!"
Can I say to Ward and Crowley, to be like, "My god demands that these creatures are removed, but death doesn't have to be the only way. Death will claim them eventually, but perhaps not today."
Can I... I suppose it'd be on my turn, but I can recall information about undead with my ability.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a knowledge roll.
Yeah, I get advantage on it.
Okay.
Want to see if if I know of a way to cure or remove this curse.
Right. So.
Is that
Go ahead.
straight intelligence? Sorry.
Yes. Okay, you ponder back and you remember that, yeah, you have heard that there are ways to cure vampirism. They do require some considerable magical abilities. You can do things like remove curse. You might also, if he died and any of you had a resurrection spell, you could bring his soul back. And it's possible that a greater restoration might be able to cure it, as well as these are all things that could possibly turn him back.
That's 5th level though, right?
It will require more magical ability than any of you have now, to your knowledge.
For a while, greater restoration's pretty high. Look,
if
Maldram, there's ways to cure vampirism. I don't doubt it. But none of us possess that power. And quite frankly, the risk of this thing being able to break free and slaughter some innocents in its bloodlust, not a risk I'm willing to take.
I mean, it's been a year. I'm not saying anything.
Would I have any idea of vampirism and such things? I guess I should do.
Make an Arcana check with advantage as well, specifically because you're a death cleric, so you should know about that kind of thing.
I was going to say, would it be religion or Arcana?
I would say, probably religion check is, again, it is based on your religion. Yeah, you gather pretty much the same information.
Would I know that if we killed Strahd, the curse would be lifted? Does it work that way at all?
Sadly, no. It's on an individual by individual basis. You have to cure each individual. Strahd, when Strahd's turned them, and they're not connected to him, unless, in the sense, he turns them into a separate being. After that, all you can do is mind control them.
Well, also, I mean, we're gonna get a greater restoration spell quicker than we're gonna kill fucking the boss of the game.
It's mainly the mind control thing that's pretty fucking big.
I mean, you would kind of figure, you gotta figure that you don't know if that would be if Strahd does have complete control over those kind of people, but
I know some vampires can do that. So
yeah, you know that it can be that. You don't know if it's the case here, but you don't know if it's the case here, but you do know that killing Strahd won't have any effect on Doru's condition.
Maldra, I'm going to trust you. What do you think we should do?
If they're still talking, Ward makes his way up to the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Maldrith is just like super conflicted at this point because obviously he's not a bad guy. He's just making sure everyone gets there.
It's okay.
Dying the right way.
It's okay.
Worst people to be down here.
I'm a monster too, and I empathize. And then, real quietly, I'm cursed
gonna shank him
too. And then, with that, we both know what needs to happen. And then Ward attacks him.
Oh god. Roll, make an attack roll.
I'm gonna, because I probably will need it against a vampire, bonus action to rage. So it's gonna be very blatant that I'm going in for the kill as I swing back with my great axe, going straight for the neck.
Righto.
I trust you, Maldra.
And I'll do it recklessly.
Okay.
Was that I trust you, oh.
My conscience is clean, let me tell you that.
I'm gonna see.
Best is 26.
Let's see. Yeah, that is a hit. I will say sneak attack because he wasn't expecting this as well. So
I can't sneak attack.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, just roll your damage.
12.
You throw the a blade at him, expecting to make the kill. However, this is the problem. Doru may be a sort of weak young boy, but then, as the blade suddenly stops dead in his neck, still making a gaseous wound, but not digging in, you suddenly realize, oh wait, he's still a vampire.
That's alright, I just needed to initiate it.
DM, with my 19 intelligence to recall information about vampires a minute ago, do I know if we kill this thing, would it act like a normal vampire and return to its coffin? I assume it doesn't have a coffin. Or would it just die?
No, from what you can gather, this is more of a vampire spawn. It doesn't get a coffin. Hang on, let me just check something here.
It said vampire spawn in the dexterity thing you put up a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm just... I don't know how they react. I don't know if we kill this thing, it becomes a royal thing.
Let's see.
I really don't want to use player knowledge, but Ward attacked it regardless.
Yeah, it's kind of...
This is my intelligence roll on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is based on the intelligence. It does, it does need to return to some kind of gravesite where it rests by day. If it didn't receive any kind of barrel, so it's using this more of as its lair, really just lying as close to the earth as it can to sleep. Although, to be honest, it hasn't really had anything like that. So it's, from what you can tell, he's just kind of made like a small huddle of earth by the corner, but this vampire deprived of sleep, and he's deprived of food and deprived of sleep, so it's very on edge.
So basically, if we kill the thing, it will just eventually respawn back here.
It's more that he has to sleep here rather than actually reforming. That's what I can tell. Let me just double check again.
So actually killing it would be bad because no telling where he's going to turn up.
That's what I'm trying to discern, basically.
Yeah, I think, let's see, yeah, this he doesn't get to respawn in his coffin. He's just It's basically he just has to sleep there every once a day. He doesn't get to come back to life from there.
So we kill it, it dies.
Where do they come back from to life? Does he know that?
The powerful
Yeah,
ones
he
do.
knows this due to the intelligence rolls. It's only Maldarth and Crowley who figure this out.
Yeah, Ward doesn't care.
Yeah. So,
Maldraff, speak quickly.
Well, I was going to say he's already initiated combat, isn't he? Like, it's
Yeah, but we can stop him.
so you find yourselves in a precarious position. The Maldarth, you look on as Ward slams the attack into his neck, and that would put us back in the combat round because technically you haven't made an action yet. So it's up to you. Do you want to continue the attack or try to stop Ward?
I'm
Well,
waiting for your
man.
answer, Maldraff. Be quick.
Just in terms of in the game mechanics, I'm gonna say that Ward has used the action he was holding to attack Doru, but it is still Maldarth's turn.
Oh man, I think we're just gonna have to. Being as there's no cure readily available, and the fact that Maldrath is deeply conflicted over this because it is an abomination to him. But on the other hand, you know, he does try to do the right thing, so I think he might just have to just sort of stand his ground and just not do anything and just let Ward get on with it.
Okay then. So
Surprising.
with that, that would move round to Seth's turn. Seth, what do you want to do? Are you standing guard or?
Yeah, just make sure the old guy doesn't get through.
Okay. That moves on to... Oh, technically it would have been Keldrin first. Keldrin, I presume you're standing guard as well, or...?
I mean, can I even get through the trapdoor?
It would be a tight squeeze. I would say it would take half your movement. You are a very... It would be like you're trying to fit through a narrow crawl space.
Just kill the priest.
Yay! I'm just gonna wait until I don't know, until somebody seems to be really in trouble, I think.
Okay then. Crowley, you're up.
I'm torn now.
Everyone is. No pressure.
Actually, I haven't been told that this is the priest's son or anything. This is, in my mind, just a random
Well, you did
vampire.
hear him shout father and stuff, so...
Yeah, and the priest did come
Priest-
down and was like, "No,
But-
that's my son."
I haven't heard that yet. And father is his rank upstairs. He is Father Donovan.
Yeah, that is true. Okay.
So, I'm gonna watch but approach, and if Ward looks like he's in trouble, help.
Okay then. With that, it comes back round to Ward's turn.
Yeah,
Give me a reason to stop this Maldraff, and I will.
another reckless attack.
Okay, whilst he's attacking Maldraff, do you want to respond to Crowley's words or?
Or we could... I will just shout, it's the priest's son. We could certainly use his help. We don't have to just butcher him right now.
19.
Let me just check. You once again swing your sword and make a good strike roll there.
Ward, if you can, restrain him.
Finally, no ones. 18.
Oh, Christ.
I shall restrain his severed corpse.
You make another strong hit on him, and Doru turns round. The bestial instincts are taking over. You see that he's taken 2 blows, but he's still got enough energy to put up a fight. He's staring at you going, and
Do
at
it!
that point,
Do it!
his bestial instincts then kick in at that point, and he lunges straight at you.
He gets advantage.
Ah, right. And bad news for you, it's a multi-attack.
That's fine. Oh wow, 24 to hit.
Fuckload of dice.
23 to hit. Yeah, they're both hits. That's
Yeah,
17 in total.
Yes, it is. He leaps straight ace at you, like slashing at you with all of his fury. He then, let's see, yeah, he does 2 attacks. He's just slashing desperately, and
Is that 9 after your resistance?
oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
You're still raging. And at that point, let's see.
That's some serious damage, bro.
Yeah,
that's
he will slowly move around you as he slashes, trying to see if he can get to anywhere that looks like an exit. And with that, Maldaf, you're up.
Can I have a look at Ward and see just how brutal that attack was?
On Ward, yeah, sure. Make a let's say medicine check. Is it brutal on Doru or Ward exactly? Oh yeah, you're looking at Ward. Never mind.
Oh, I guarantee it's brutal on Doru.
Yeah, Ward. It's 1 or 2 sharp gashes, but nothing too serious. Like, it's not something you can walk off, but he's had a lot worse.
Okay.
Ward's kind of like white-eyed at the moment. If he wasn't raging, this would have been significant damage. He's sort of solely focused on killing the thing that he sees to be evil.
Okay. Right.
So if he falls out of raging, he doesn't need to be healed or anything. He's alright.
Yeah,
he's okay
I
for the
don't
moment.
take extra damage if I fall out. It's just half damage
Okay.
while I'm raging.
Yeah, he's about, I want to say 3/4, so.
Right, in that case... Yeah, I think my previous argument still stands. You know, we don't have to butcher him right now. We can at least hear what the priest has to say.
You best restrain him
Actually,
quick
that's good
before
remind-
Ward destroys him.
Actually, that reminds me of something I forgot to do my turn. Whilst there's all this to go on, the priest is still yelling from the top, "He's my son! Spare him, please!" And
How far away is he? Like, is there any chance
he's-
anyone else could hear?
yeah, I was about to say, he's at yelling from the top of the room, but the trapdoor's open. So you know what? Crowley and Ward make me perception checks.
Regardless, Ward disregards it.
Yeah, Ward. Ward, you sort of barely hear something about sun, but you're too busy raging. Crowley, you hear it word for word.
Restrain him, Maldrith. I'll try to do the same to Ward.
Maldrith isn't a particularly strong fellow, so he's going to have some issues.
Okay, so you gonna try and grapple him, or unless you have some spell to freeze him in place?
I don't. I mean, all I can do is try and persuade him to just try and sit in the corner, and we won't hurt him.
All right, make a persuasion with disadvantage this time.
Come on!
The looks at you and goes, "That's what you said before. That's what you said before." And then looks back at the raging half-orc with the bloody weapon still in his hand.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, it's like, no, this time it'll be different.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, he at the moment he's just staying still. Like, he doesn't look like he's gonna go on the attack, but he's just all watching and waiting to see what unless he sees Ward standing down, he's not gonna be convinced.
Well, Crowley, it's up to you.
And with that, Seth, are you still guarding?
Yeah, as long as the old man's not trying to push through or anything.
I mean, the old man wants to push through, but there is a giant wolf in the way of the door.
Yeah, that helps.
Keldrin, you in the same boat?
Okay, I heard all of this happening. I know that they're planning to restrain people, so I'm gonna squeeze through and try and pounce and grapple the vampire and just pin him to the floor.
Okay, that would take half your movements, and you would also have to. I mean,
50-foot move is a direwolf, though.
Yeah, I was going to say she moves like crazy, but
I have
that's true.
50 feet movement
that's
as a
not what I
direwolf.
wanted. Okay, yeah. In that case, you should
It's
be
a
able to
blue
get through.
snake!
You can use the right damn tool. There we go. Yeah, you should easily be able to get it, and I guess trying to think whether it'd just be a straight bite attack or a grapple the strength check with this.
The thing is, with the direwolf, I have if I hit on an attack, I can knock him prone.
Oh, okay.
But
that's
I'm not sure if that counts as him being restrained as well. I want not just like flip him and then lose control of him. I want to grapple him. I don't necessarily need to deal damage.
We'll say just for the simplicity of the mechanics, we'll see if you...
wolf butt right on him.
Yeah, we will see if you can knock him prone.
Okay. Does it count as?
Count as.
Press your button.
Count as.
I'd like to flank with ward if it's possible, if I can get there.
Let's see. It goes 20. It would be 20. 20 feet of movement to get there. And if I could just move you down there.
So I can see what's happening, yeah.
Yeah, it's got 25 foot after moving down, so.
Wonderful. Then I'm gonna try and hit him.
Okay. You slowly squeeze through and, oh, wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, Maldav. You slowly squeeze through and then suddenly rush. Maldav, you hear what's going on and leap out the way in time as she runs down and charges straight towards Doru. Do you need to roll damage as well, or is it, do I have to make a con save?
You have to make a strength save versus
And I think
DC 13.
Damage.
Oh,
Nah.
you charge straight on. He stumbles backwards, and now he's now he sees like a giant wolf there, and he turns to Madam and goes, "You lie! You lie!"
Sorry.
I think you rolled
I didn't do any damage though. Should I?
Oh yeah,
should
roll
I try
damage.
and...
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't trying to. I was trying to knock him over. So that was the question with the rules.
Well, I'm not sure what the rules are with grapples, because I think you can just initiate a grapple, can't you?
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not. I don't know how grapple works in 5e.
You can do a grapple instead of an attack.
Yeah, so it would depend if you were trying to attack and then knock him over, or just try and grapple him.
I was just trying to grapple him. I just don't know how the grapple rules work in 5th edition.
Okay, we'll say he breaks free of this, so he manages to. You try to leave it on top of him, and he pushes you back, and then gives his accusation to Maldav.
But my natural 20, it's okay, I'm shutting up.
Oh wait, no wait. Oh yeah, it is natural 20. What am I talking about? Just saw noticed that. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I completely apologize for missing it. Yeah, you slam right down on top of him, and he's just restrained, and he's just howling in complete confusion as to what the heck's going on.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it would have
That's my turn.
It would have been a contested check, and I don't think they could have beat a natural 20 with it.
No. Yeah, sorry, I can admit it's at that dice roll. Okay, so
it's fine. It's weird that I'm more familiar with the crazy grapple chart in Pathfinder than like just straight up roll strength.
Yeah.
CMB for the win.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that ends your turn, I believe. So Crowley, back to you. Ladoru is currently pinned under a giant direwolf.
So I walk up to Doru and I'll pull out my manacles from my Monster Hunters kit and try to, whilst he's grappled, just put them on his wrists.
Yeah, you managed to do so fairly easily. I mean, if it was, he does try and struggle, but to give you a precise idea, he's face first in the dirt with a giant direwolf on his back. He has no room to maneuver at this point.
And then I stand directly between him and Ward and say, Ward, that's enough.
It's the only way. It's the only thing to do.
You just said. Actually, yeah. Did I hear him say he's cursed too?
I said it quietly, but he may have heard it.
I think you said it. I will say, just for the sake of simplicity, you were talking to Maldaf at the time, and Ward is doing his own thing. So,
if you were cursed like this, would you want me to kill you straight away, or would you want me to try to save you?
What's that you say, Maldaf? Death comes to all of us.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be this way.
Don't end it like this, Ward.
He has control over himself like I've never seen before.
We're all cursed in some way. I bear a curse not too dissimilar to this creature here. Perhaps even worse. Are you going to kill me next?
Is it me?
yeah, it's all on you.
Yeah, so Ward looms over him very slowly, takes out his blade, and slams it right next to him.
Doru, flinches as much as he can with the giant direwolf on top of him.
He flinches the wrong way and kills himself.
No, it's more that he can't really move. Like, he can make a reaction, but he can't. Like, he's trying to scrabble backwards, but he can't because, again, direwolf.
We're all monsters. And Ward slowly makes his way back.
Okay.
Is there any way I can try and, like, calm him? I mean, obviously he's got a giant direwolf on his back, so, it's going to be difficult, but is there any way I can be like, look, we've got this under control somewhat-ish?
You can try one more time to persuade him, although it is with disadvantage because, again, aside from the direwolf at the back of the organ killing him, he's just been on edge for a long, long time now, so...
I am going to lick his face.
He just straight up freezes. He doesn't know how to deal with this.
There. We're not attacking you. Relax.
That's not a great start. That's even worse.
He fidgets. Really, at this point, he can't do much, so it's just kind of... he's just sort of sitting there hyperventilating and keeping a firm watch on you all. Like, even if the direwolf did manage to get off on him at this point, his limbs are shackled. He can really not do much except crawl.
I'm going to pull out my mirror and just show him it. Does he show up in the mirror?
That's a good question. Let me check.
That's a good point. Does he even know what he is? I mean, that'd be pretty brutal just to straight up murder him.
I'm hoping he sees what he is, and I'll be like, see what you've turned into. We'll see.
I'm going to have to jump off, guys. I've got to get up for work in about 5 hours.
Yeah, I was about to say we'll finish up this session soon. Okay, so, just to quickly answer your question, you can't gauge any kind of reaction from him because he's still looking at you like, what the hell are you going to do next? And with that, you slowly crawl out of the basement, shaken by what's happened. The Father Dolovich looks at you and goes, oh, you didn't hurt him, did you? Is he alright? Is he?
Ward reclaims his weapon and goes out to the father. He lives, if you can call that living. And he turns to the rest of them. When it comes to my time, I expect you not to spare me. And Ward pretty much goes to the exit.
Donovich heads back against the wall and leaves a heavy sigh of relief. One by one, you all slowly walk out of the church, trying to make sense of everything that's just happened.
I'm going to tie him to the end to one of these pillars.
Fair enough.
With my chain and manacles.
You do so. And as you walk out, Doru he slowly starts to relax after seeing that you are going to do anything, but just growls occasionally to test his shackles. You climb up, and you explain everything that's happened to Donovich with the shackles, and he thanks you somewhat nervously.
I'm going to turn back into myself, and just gonna go to the priest and like maybe try a really rare steak.
He stares at you and goes, "I'll see if I can find that." At this point, Ismail comes up and makes the arrangements for the burial. Donovich takes a moment to recover from his brow, but he agrees, and makes the preparations for the funeral. And as you leave,
as they're doing that, Ward finds a corner outside, and if he thinks no one's looking, he takes a little look at the ring that he has with him, ponders for a moment, and then he balls up his fist, and he puts it away again.
And so, it comes to midday, and already you're feeling a bit shaken. This is just one of the many horrors that curse the land of Barovia. The innocent priest, who is only trying to do his duty and protect his son, has to deal with what seems like a never-ending horror. And even though he has agreed to bury the father, he still can't help but make one last desperate plea to Maldath to see if he can find a way to cure his son once more, no matter how hopeless it may be. And with that, we end tonight's session. And just as an extra bonus, given everything that's happened and it's going over lawn, yes, you are level 3 now.
Woo! I was not expected to be that morally conflicted in the second game.
So good, so good.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll come back with some more Dungeons and Dragons action. And see you next time. Cheers.
Yeah, sorry that one ran overly long, but I couldn't find a good place to stop.
No,
I think this was as good a place as